Hello, everyone. Welcome to our staged reading of William Shakespeare's Much Ado About Nothing. My name's Riley, although you probably already know me as at Lung Thief, and I'm going to be your host this evening. We're so excited to show you guys this piece of theater. We're so excited to start. But before we begin, I wanted to go over a few things. So, first of all, this production is rated PG-13 due to the mild sexual content, swearing, misogyny, and consumption of alcohol throughout. Much Ado is a show with some adult themes, so we just want everyone to be aware of that fact. There is also a set of chat commands above my head. You can see them up here, which you can use to get links to a bunch of different resources about the show. A few of our actors have also designed a drinking game that the cast who are of legal age will be playing, and audience members are welcome to play it throughout the duration of the show as well. If you are of legal drinking age and plan on consuming alcohol, just remember to do so responsibly. We also strongly suggest playing along with non-alcoholic beverages, as Kay and Al mentioned beforehand. So, as you can see, Gabriel, over here. Sorry, I forget the screen is flipped. Gabriel, our wonderful referee, is up here in the corner. They're going to go over the rules with you in a moment, and and they'll be reminding our cast to drink as well. We've got Gigi up here at the top, who is going to be reading our stage directions. So yeah, very exciting. In the wings is the rest of our cast. We want you to be able to see who is on stage, obviously, but it's also really fun to watch people's reactions in the wings, so you get a first-hand view of that as well. So as like Kay and Al mentioned a little bit before, the goal of this reading, above all else, is to make Shakespeare more accessible and fun. Our Much Ado is all about inclusivity, sorry, can't talk, and celebration of identity, which is why our cast is, almost entirely LGBTQ, and the overall theme of our show is hot, gay Italian summer. So, as Kay and Al mentioned before as well, this show will be available on our Theater Nonsense YouTube channel after our stream tonight, so if you'd like to revisit it or watch any parts you might have missed, feel free. We also have a Discord server that I think some of you have already joined. It's for audience members and actors, and we also have a mailing list, so you can stay updated about our future shows. We plan on doing a lot more readings, so if you'd like to support us with a tip on our Ko-Fi page, that would be much appreciated. All right, let me just turn you guys over to Gabriel. Gabe, take it away with the rules.
So hi, I'm Gabriel. I'm going to be the referee for tonight of the Much Ado drinking game. We came up with this and we're working on this, and I'm very excited to share these rules with you and ref this. So the number one rule is wholesome hydration. Whenever you're having a good time, that's probably a good moment to just grab a sip of water or grab a bite to eat. Again, we really want to encourage you to be responsible with your drinking tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun, but we don't want anyone going overboard. So just make sure to be drinking water, have water beside you, or food. Both very good options to have. Now into some of the more like actual alcoholic sipping there, or non-alcoholic if you are under the age or just don't feel like drinking. Take a sip every time someone's audio gets fucky. If you ever hear a technical difficulty or just something sounds off, just take a sip. Anytime Benedick looks hot, get smashed. This is probably one of my favorite rules. I will, and throughout the show, I will be letting you know when to take a sip, take a swig, and take a shot as sort of the rules come up. Occasionally, I might not say something right away if I see something. I might wait if a scene is particularly very good and I don't want to interrupt the flow that is going on. I'll say post that scene, take a shot for this or take a swig for this. Take a sip every time Don Pedro's improv makes you lose it. I'm very excited for this. I have heard... So I should also disclaimer, this is my first time seeing the show. So I am very much doing this like on the fly, in the sense that like I'm with everyone else in the audience. I haven't seen the show. I'm getting to see all the actors. Like, I know everyone, or a bunch of these, the cast here, but I'm seeing this for the first time. So things like the improv, I will be seeing on the fly like you guys. Take a sip every time Beatrice is a hashtag girl boss. I'm very excited for this one as well. I do also have a hand signal for this so that I don't have to interrupt certain scenes, which is just the hashtag in the air. So if you see me do this, this is a sign to just take a sip. Leonato changes his lighting. Take 2 sips if the lighting does not match anyone else's. Again, this is going to be really fun. This one will be pretty obvious to everyone as well. If you see lighting that is off from everyone else, take a sip. Or 2 sips, sorry. Beatrice or Benedick's dialogue gives off bisexual energy. Again, for this one, I have a hand signal for this because I feel like this one will happen a fair amount. So if you just see me do this, just take a sip. Again, these are all sips because we're pretty sure you would die if you took shots of this. Take a shot every time Leonato is a toxic boomer. Every time Claudio goes on incel Reddit. I will also be announcing this one with just give it up for r/redpilled, r/based, which are Reddit terms, if anyone is familiar. Or, I hope no one is for the sake of your own sanity. Anytime I yell, just fuck already, during the show at all, take a sip. That is your cue. There will be a lot of sexual tension from what I've heard. And I'm probably going to yell just fuck already at least a handful of times. As well, Kevin Fox. I'll tell you what this means when that comes up. You'll know when to drink for Kevin Fox. Take a swig every time. So a swig will be a little bit longer than a sip, but not like your whole drink. Anytime an actor wins me over with a bold accent or costume choice. Again, this will be exciting because this is the first time I'm seeing the show and any of the accents. So I will be just kind of on the edge of my seat. So you'll know, and I will say if it is. Anytime I yell that hero deserves better, which will be probably a lot again. Drink every time Dogberry accidentally uses a malapropism, which is saying the wrong word. And I probably also butchered how to pronounce that. Anytime Borachio spills the tea and shit goes down. Anytime basically Borachio is advancing the plot forward by being a gossip girl. Take a shot every time Sawyer crushes Balthasar's song. I'm very excited to see this. It'll be very fun. Every time Beatrice says kill Claudio. All of these take a shots, I believe. These are one-off instances, so they only happen once in the show. So these are all easy. You'll know when they're coming up. But again, I will announce when that is. Take a shot every time Dogberry is an ass, and take a shot every time Benedick and Beatrice kiss. But yeah, these are the rules for the show. Again, as always, remember the number 1 rule, which is wholesome hydration, making sure that you're staying hydrated and that you're grabbing something to eat, especially whenever you're having a good time. That's always a good cue.
All right. Act 1, Scene 1. We see Leonato's house, a sprawling mansion with airy courtyards, fountains, and romantic views outside of each window. The air is buzzing with excitement and expectation, and servants dip in and out of the surrounding doors with crates of beer or bouquets of flowers. Enter Leonato, Hero, Balthasar, and Beatrice.
I learned in this letter that Don Pedro of Aragon comes this night to Messina.
He's very nearby this. He was not 3 leagues off when I left him.
How many gentlemen have you lost in this action?
Oh, but few of any sort, none of name.
A victory is twice itself when the achiever brings home full numbers. I hear that Don Pedro hath bestowed much honor on a young Florentine called Claudio?
Oh, much deserved on his part, and equally remembered by Don Pedro. He hath borne himself beyond the promise of his age, doing, in the figure of a lamb, the feats of a lion. He hath indeed bettered expectation than you must expect of me to tell you how.
He here in Messina will be very much glad of it.
Oh, I have already delivered him letters, and there appears much joy in him, even so much that Joy could not show itself modest enough without a badge of bitterness.
Out into tears.
In great measure.
A kind overflow of kindness. How much better it is to weep at joy than weep at weeping.
Pray you, is Signor Montanto returned from the wars or no?
Name, lady, there was none such in the army of any sort.
What do you ask for, niece?
My cousin means Signor Benedick of Padua.
Oh, he's returned, and as pleasant as ever he was.
How many hath he killed and eaten in these wars? But how many hath he killed? For indeed I promise to eat all of his killing.
Niece, you tax Signor Benedick too much, but he'll meet with you, I doubt it not.
He hath done good service, lady, in these wars.
You have musty victual, and he hath holp to eat it. He is a very valiant trencherman. He hath an excellent stomach.
And a good soldier, too, lady.
Ah, and a good soldier to a lady. But what is he to a lord?
Oh, a lord to a lord, a man to a man, stuffed with all honorable virtues.
It is so indeed. He is no less than a stuffed man. But for the stuffing, wow. We are all mortal.
Hear, hear.
You must not, sir, mistake my niece. There is a kind of merry war betwixt Signor Benedick and her. They never meet, but there's a skirmish of wit between them.
He gets nothing by that. In our last conflict, 4 of his 5 wits went halting off, and now is the whole man governed with 1. So that if he have wit enough to keep himself warm, let him bear it for the difference between himself and his horse. For it is all the wealth that he hath left to be known as a reasonable creature. Who is his companion now? He hath every month a new sworn brother.
Is't possible?
Very easily possible. He wears his faith but as the fashion of his hat. It ever changes with the next block.
Oh, I see, lady. The gentleman is not in your books.
No! Anywhere, I would burn my study. But I pray you, who is his companion? Is there no young squire now that would make a voyage with him to the devil?
He is most in the company of the right noble Claudio.
Oh, Lord, he will hang upon him like a disease. He has sooner caught the pestilence than Tigger runs presently mad. Gotta help the noble Claudio. If he hath caught the Benedick, it will cost him 1,000 pound ere he be cured.
You didn't have to do him like that.
I kind of did, though.
With you, lady.
Do a good friend.
You will ever run bad, niece.
No, not till a hot January.
Oh, Don Pedro is approached.
Enter Don Pedro, Don John, Claudio, and Benedick, all relieved to have a reprieve from travel.
Please take a sip because Benedict looks hot.
I hate this rule. Whoever sent this in, you're my enemy.
You're my beloved, whoever sent this in.
Well, thank you.
Good Signor Leonato, you are come to meet your trouble. The fashion of the world is to avoid cost, and you encounter it.
Never came trouble to my house in the likeness of your grace.
Oh no, you embraced your charge too willingly, good sir. I think this is your daughter.
Mother hath many times told me so.
Were you in doubt, sir, that you asked her?
Benedick, no, for then you were a child.
Oh, you have it, Benedick. Truly the lady fathers herself. Be happy, lady, for you are like an honorable father.
If Signor Leonato be her father, she would not have his head on her shoulders for all Messina, as like him as she is.
Still be talking, Signor Benedick. Nobody marks you.
Huh. What, my dear Lady Disdain? Are you yet living?
Possible Disdain should die when she hath such meat food to feed it as Signor Benedick. Courtesy itself must convert to Disdain if you come in her presence.
Then is courtesy a turncoat. But it is certain I am loved of all ladies. Only you accepted. And I would if I could find in my heart that I had not a hard heart, for truly I love none.
To women, they would else have been troubled with a pernicious suitor. I thank God, in my cold blood I'm of your humor for that. I had rather hear my dog bark at a crow than a man swear he loves me.
God keep your ladyship still in that mind, so some gentleman or other shall scape a predestinate scratched face.
I could not have for such a face as yours, Sawyer.
Hell, you are a rare parrot teacher.
A bird of my tongue is better than a beast of yours.
I would my horse had the speed of your tongue and so good a continuer, but just keep your way. In God's name, I have done.
Ugh! You always end with a jade's trick. I know you of old.
Yes, well, that is the son of all Leonato. Signor Claudio, Signor Benedick, my dear friend Leonato hath invited you all. I tell him we shall stay here at the least a month, and he heartily prays some occasion may detain us longer. I dare swear he is no hypocrite, but prays from his heart.
Swear, my lord, you shall not be forsworn. Let me bid you welcome, my lord. Be reconciled to the prince your brother. I owe you all duty.
Thank you. I am not of many words, but I thank you.
Please at your grace lead on.
Your hand, Leonato, we will go together.
Exit all except Benedick, who settles down with a fresh drink, and Claudio, who watches Hero exit with palpable interest.
Please
Benedick.
also take a swig for Don Pedro's accent, and also just fuck already.
Oh, Gabe, you're gonna kill me.
Benedick, didst thou note the daughter of Signor Leonato?
I noted her not, but I looked on her.
Is she not a modest young lady?
Do you question me as an honest man should do for my simple, true judgment, or would you have me speak after my custom, as being a professed tyrant to their sex?
No, I pray thee, speak in sober judgment.
Why? Ugh. In faith, methinks she's too low for a high praise and too little for a great praise. I mean, only this commendation I can afford her. You know? That were she other than she is, she were unhandsome, and being no other but as she is, I do not like her.
Thinkest I'm in sport. I pray thee, tell me truly how thou likest her.
Would you buy her that you inquire after her?
Oh, could the world buy such a jewel?
Yeah, and a case to put it into. But speak you this with a sad brow. Come, in what key shall a man take you to go into the song?
In mine eye, she is the sweetest lady that I ever looked on.
I can see yet without spectacles, and I see no such matter. Oh, there's their cousin, and were she not possessed with a fury, exceeds her in beauty as much as the 1st of May doth the last of December. But I have no hope that you have any intent to turn husband. Claudio, have you?
Scarce trust myself, though I had sworn the contrary, if Hero would be my wife.
Ugh. Is it this? Shall I never see a boy toy of 80 again? Go to, in faith, and thou wilt needs thrust thy neck into a yoke, wear the print of it in 7 days. Ah, look, Don Pedro is returned to seek you.
What secret hath held you here that you follow not to Leonato's?
I would your grace would constrain me to tell.
I charge thee on thy allegiance.
You hear, Count Claudio, I can be as secret as a dumb man. I would have you think so, but on my allegiance, mark you this, on my allegiance, he is in love. With who? Now that is your grace's part. Mark how short his answer is. With Hero, Leonato's short daughter.
So were it uttered.
Like the old tale, my lord. It is not so, nor 'twas not so, but indeed, God forbid it should be so.
If my passion change not shortly, God forbid it should be otherwise.
Indeed, if you love her, for the lady is very well worthy.
You speak this to fetch me in, my lord.
Oh, by my troth, I speak my thought.
And in faith, my lord, I spoke mine.
By my 2 faiths and troths, my lord, I spoke mine.
That I love her, I feel.
That she is worthy, I know.
That I neither feel how she should be loved, nor know how she should be worthy, is the opinion that fire cannot melt out of me. I will die in it, at the stake.
Thou wast ever an obstinate heretic in the spite of beauty.
And never could maintain his part, but in the force of his will.
That a woman conceived me, I thank her. Right? That she brought me up, I likewise give her the most humble thanks. But that I will hang my bugle in an invisible baldric, all women shall pardon me. Because I will not do them the wrong to mistrust any, I will do myself the right to trust none. And the fine is, for which I will go the finer, I will live a bachelor.
Oh, please, I shall see thee ere I die look pale with love.
With anger, with sickness, or with hunger, my lord, not with love. Prove that I ever lose more blood with love than I will get again with drinking. Pluck out my eyes with a ballad maker's pen, and hang me up at the door of a brothel house for the sign of blind Cupid.
Well, if ever thou dost fall from this faith, thou wilt put a notable argument.
If I do, hang me in a bottle like a cat and shoot at me. And he that hits me, let him be clapped on the shoulder and called.
Well, as time shall try, in time the savage bull doth bear the yoke.
Oh, the savage bull may. But if ever the sensible Benedick bear it, pluck off the bull's horns and set them in my forehead. And let me be vilely painted, and in such great letters as they write, here is good horse to hire. Let them signify under my sign. Here you may see Benedick, the married man.
If this should ever happen, thou wouldst be horn mad.
Nay. If Cupid hath not spent all his quiver in Venice, thou wilt quake for this shortly.
I look for an earthquake too, then.
Well, you temporize with the hours. In the meantime, good Signor Benedick, prepare to Leonatos, commend me to him, and tell him I will not fail him at supper, for indeed he hath made great preparation.
I have almost enough matter in me for such an embassage, and so I commit you.
To wish God from my house, if I had it.
The 6th of July, your loving friend, Benedick.
Mock not. Mock not! The body of your discourse is sometimes guarded with fragments, and the guards are but slightly based on neither. Ere you flout old ends any further, examine your conscience. And so I leave you.
My liege, your highness now may do me good.
My love is thine to teach it but how, and thou shalt see how apt it is to learn, and any hard lesson that may do thee good. What's up?
Had Leonato any son, my lord?
Oh, no child but Hero, she's his only heir. Dost thou affect her, Claudio?
Oh, my lord, when you went onward in this ended action, I looked upon her with a soldier's eye that liked but had a rougher task in hand than to drive liking to the name of love. But now I am returned, and that war thoughts have left their places vacant, in their rooms come thronging soft and delicate desires, all prompting me how fair young Hero is, saying, I liked her ere I went to wars.
Well, if thou dost love fair Hero, cherish it, and I will break with her and with her father, and thou shalt have her.
Oh, how sweetly you do minister to love that know love's grief by his complexion. But, lest my liking might too sudden seem, I would have solved it with a longer treatise.
I will fit thee with the remedy. I know we shall have reveling tonight. I assume that I will assume thy part in some disguise, and tell fair Hero I am Claudio, and in her bosom I'll unclasp my heart, and take her hearing prisoner with the force and strong counsel of my amorous tale. Then, after, to her father I will break, and the conclusion is... she shall be thine. God. In practice, let us put it presently.
Act 1, Scene 2. Antonia's room in Leonato's house. A luxurious four-poster bed frames the room, with a variety of costumes laid out across it. Across the room sits a gilded vanity lined with a variety of expensive perfumes. A single glance at the room informs you that it belongs to a woman who knows quality. Enter Leonato and Antonia, who places another potential costume onto the pile on the bed.
Damn it. Damn it. How now, sister? Where is my cousin, your son? Hath he provided his music?
He is very busy about it. But, brother, I can tell you strange news that you dreamt not of.
Are they good?
As the event stamps them, but they have a good cover. They show well outward. The prince and Count Claudio were thus much overheard by a man of mine. The prince discovered to Claudio that he loved my niece, your daughter, and meant to acknowledge it this night in a dance. And if he found her accordant, he meant to take the present time by the top and instantly break with you of it.
Any wit that told you this?
A good sharp fellow. I'll send for him and question him yourself.
No. We will hold it as a dream till it appear itself. But I will acquaint my daughter withal, that she may be better prepared for an answer, if peradventure this be true. Go you and tell her of it.
1, Scene 3. The hallway outside of Antonia's room. Enter Don John and Conrade.
What the good year, my lord? Why are you thus out of measure sad?
There is no measure in the occasion that breeds, therefore the sadness is without limit.
You should hear reason.
And when I have heard it, what blessing brings it?
If not a present remedy, at least a patient sufferance.
I wonder that thou, being, as thou sayest thou art, born under Saturn, goest about to apply a moral medicine to a mortifying mischief. I cannot hide what I am. I must be sad when I am sad. When I have cause and smile at no man's jest, laugh when I am merry, and claw no man in his humor.
But you must not make the full show of this till you may do it without controlment. You have of late stood out against your brother, and he hath taken you newly into his grace. Where it is possible you should take true root, but by the fair weather that you make yourself. It is needful that you frame the season for your own harvest.
I had rather be a canker in a hedge than a rose in his grace, and it benefits my blood to be disdained of all that fashion a carriage, to rob love from any. In this, though I cannot be said to be a flattering honest man, it must not be denied. But I am a plain-dealing villain. If I had my mouth, I would bite. If I had my liberty, I would do my liking. In the meantime, let me be that I am not, and seek not to alter me.
Can you make no use of your discontent?
I make use of it, for I use it only. Who comes here?
Enter
What news, Borachio?
I come yonder from a great supper. The prince your brother is royally entertained by Leonato, and I can give you intelligence of an intended marriage.
Serve for any model to build mischief on? What is he for a fool that betroths himself to unquietness?
Mary, it is your brother's right hand.
The most exquisite Claudio?
Even he.
A proper squire, and who, which way looks he?
Mary on Hero, the daughter and heir of Leonato.
A very forward match, chick. How came you to this?
I was smoking. A musty room comes me the prince and Claudio, hand in hand in sad conference. I whipped me behind the arras, and there heard it agreed upon that the prince should woo Hero for himself, and, having obtained her, give her to Count Claudio.
Come, let us thither. This may prove to my displeasure. That young startup hath all the glory of my overthrow. If I can cross him in any way, I bless myself every way. You are both sure will assist me?
To the death, my lord.
We'll wait upon your lordship.
Please. Bold accent and Borachio spilling tea and shit goes down. We'll count that as like audio.
All right. Act 2, Scene 1. An open ballroom in Leonato's house, done up with a variety of bright party favors. Giant spinning multicolored lights lie in wait, ready to be turned on. Covered tables droop under the weight of the crates of liquor piling on top of each of them. If it weren't for a few key touches, chocolate strawberries on a tiered platter of real silver, uniformed staff waiting on each door, and delicate glasses in towers ready to be showered with champagne, one could almost mistake it as a frat party. Enter Leonato, Antonia, Hero, and Beatrice, costumed for the party.
Was Count John here at supper?
I saw him not.
How tartly that gentleman looks. I never can see him, but I am heartburned an hour after.
He is of a very melancholy disposition.
He were an excellent man that were made just in the midway between him and Benedick. The one is too like an image and says nothing. The other too like my lady's eldest son, ever more tattling.
Half Signor Benedick's tongue in Count John's mouth, and half Count John's melancholy in Signor Benedick's face.
With a good leg and a good foot uncle and money enough in his purse, such a man would win any woman in the world, if he could get her goodwill.
By my troth, niece, thou wilt never get a husband if thou be so shrewd of thy tongue.
In faith, she's too cursed.
But too cursed is more than cursed. I shall lessen God's sending that way, for it is said, God sends a cursed cow short horns, but to a cow too cursed, he sends none.
By being too cursed, God will send you no horns.
Just! If you send me no husband, for the which blessing, I am at him upon my knees every morning and evening. Lord, I could not endure a husband with a beard on his face. I'd rather lie in the woolen.
You may light on a husband that hath no beard.
And what should I do with him? Dress him in my apparel and make him my waiting gentlewoman? He that hath a beard is more than a youth, and he that hath no beard is less than a man. And he that is more than a youth is not for me. And he that is less than a man, I am not for him. Therefore, I will even take 6 pence in earnest of the bearward and lead his apes into hell.
Go you into hell?
No, but to the gate. And there will the devil meet me like an old cuckold with horns on his head and say, "Get you to heaven, Beatrice, get you to heaven, here's no place for you maids." So deliver I up my apes and away to St. Peter for the heavens. He shows me where the bachelors sit, and then we live as merry as the day is long.
Well, niece, I trust you will be ruled by your father.
Yes, Faith. It is my cousin's duty to make curtsy and say, "Father, as it please you." But yet for all that, cousin, let him be a handsome fellow, or else make another curtsy and say, "Father, as it please me."
Well, niece, I hope to see you one day fitted with a husband.
Ha! No! Not till God make men of some other metal than earth. Would it not grieve a woman to be overmastered with a piece of valiant dust? To make an account of her life to a clod of wayward marl? No, I don't know. I'll none. Adam's son are my brethren, and truly I hold it a sin to match my kindred.
Okay. Daughter, remember what I told you. If the prince do solicit you in that kind, you know your answer.
The fault will be in the music, cousin, if you be not wooed in good time. If the prince be too important, tell him there is a measure in everything, and so dance out the answer. For, hear me, hero. Wooing, wedding, and repenting is as a Scotch jig, a measure, and a syncopace. The fursuit is hot and hasty like a Scotch jig and full as fantastical. The wedding, mannerly, modest, as a measure, full of state and ancientry, and then comes repentance, and with his bad legs falls into the syncope faster and faster, till he sink into his grave.
Cousin, you apprehend passing shrewdly.
I have a good eye, uncle. I can see a church by daylight.
The revelers are entering. Sister, make good room.
Enter Don Pedro, Claudio, Benedick, Balthasar, Don John, Borachio, Margaret, Ursula, and others masked. Don Pedro and Hero come forward.
Lady, lady, will you walk about with your friend?
So you walk softly and look sweetly and say nothing. I am yours for the walk, and especially when I walk away.
With me in your company?
I may say so when I please.
And when please you to say so?
I like your favor.
Oh, well, speak low if you speak love.
Please take another swig for AJ's new voice. And also one just for these costumes, just for the set, for everyone. I'll make it easy because I'm not going to make everyone finish like 3 drinks.
Drawing her aside, they exit. Enter Balthasar and Margaret.
Well, would you did like me.
So would not I, for your own sake, for I have many ill qualities.
Oh, hard to believe. Which is one?
Oh, I say my prayers aloud.
Oh, I love you the better. The hearers may cry, Amen.
God match me with a good dancer.
You're in luck, amen.
And God keep him out of my sight when the dance is done. Answer, clerk.
No more words. The clerk is answered.
They exit. Enter Ursula and Antonia.
I know you well enough. You are Lady Antonia.
At a word, I am not.
I know you by the waggling of your head.
To tell you the truth, I counterfeit her.
You could never do her so ill well unless you were the very woman. Here's her dry hand up and down. You are she. You are she.
At a word, I am not.
Come. Do you think I do not know you by your excellent wit? Can virtue hide itself? Go to mum, you are she. Graces will appear, and there's an end.
They exit. Enter Benedick and Beatrice.
Will you not tell me who told you so?
Now you shall pardon me.
Okay. Nor will you tell me who you are.
Oh, not now.
That I was disdainful, and that I had my good wit out of the 100 merry tales. Why, this was Senor Benedick that said so.
Oh, what's he?
I am sure you know him well enough.
Oh, not I, believe me.
Please take a swig for that.
Did he make you laugh?
Oh, I pray you. What is he?
Okay, alright. Why, he is the prince's jester, a very dull fool. Only his gift is in devising impossible slanders. None but libertines delight in him. And the condemnation is not in his wit, but in his villainy. For he both pleases men and angers them, and then they laugh at him and beat him. I am sure he is in the fleet, or would he have boarded me?
When I know the gentleman, I'll tell him what you say.
Okay, do. No, but break a comparison or two on me, which, peradventure not being marked or not laughed at, strikes him with melancholy, and then there's a partridge wing saved, for the fool will eat no supper that night. We must follow the leaders.
In every good thing.
Nay, if they lead to any ill, I will leave them at the next turning.
All exit except Don John, Borachio, and Claudio.
Sure, my brother is amorous on Hero, and hath withdrawn her father to break with him about it. The ladies follow her, and but one visor remains.
And that is Claudio. I know him by his bearing.
Are you not Signor Benedick?
Do you know me well? I'm he. I'm he.
Signor?
It's me. I'm Benedick.
Signor, yes. You are very near my brother in his love. He is enamored on Hero, I pray you. Dissuade him from her. She's no equal for his birth. You may do the part of an honest man.
No. How know you he loves her?
I heard him swear his affection.
Yeah, so did I. And he swore he would marry her tonight.
Come, let us into the banquet.
In the name of Benedick, but hear these ill news with the ears of Claudio. 'Tis certain so. The prince woos for himself. Friendship is constant in all other things save in the office and affairs of love. This is an accident of hourly proof which I mistrusted not. Farewell, therefore, hero.
I don't know if that should be a sip for incel Reddit or a swig for a sip for spilling the tea, or swig for spilling the tea. So pick at your own discretion.
Both.
I like both. Take another sip for someone's audio being fucky.
I'm so distraught. I wish someone would talk to me.
Hold on. Can you hear me now? Claudio?
Yeah, the same.
Thank fucking God. You have no idea how many random twinks I went up to before I found you. Come, will you go with me?
Whither?
Even to the next willow. About your own business, County. What fashion will you wear the garland of? About your neck, like a usurer's chain, or under your arm, like a lieutenant's scarf? You must wear it one way, for the prince hath got your hero.
I wish him joy of her.
Well, that's spoken like an honest Roivier. So they sell bullocks. But do you think the prince would have served you thus?
Pray you, leave me.
Oh! Now you strike like the blind man. Bitch, calm the fuck down. The boy that stole your meat, you'll beat the post.
Fine, if it will not be, I'll leave you. Fucking hell.
Alas, poor hurt fowl. Now will he creep into sedges. But that the lady Beatrice should know me and not know me. The prince is fool. It may be that I go under that title because I am merry. Yea, but so am I apt to do myself wrong. I am not so reputed. It is the base, so bitter disposition of Beatrice that puts the world into her party and so puts me out. Well, I'll be revenged, as I may.
Now, senor. Good lord. Now, senor. Yeah. Now, senor, where's the count? Did you see him?
Oh, troth, my lord, I have played the part of Lady Fame. I found him here, as melancholy as a lodge in a warren. I told him, and I think I told him true, that your grace hath got the will of his good lady, and I offered him my company to a willow tree, either to make him a garland, as being forsaken, or to bind him up to a rod, as being worthy to be whipped.
To be whipped? Why, what's his fault?
The flat transgression of a schoolboy, who being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion, and he steals it.
You and your metaphors, lad. The flat transgression of a schoolboy who, being overjoyed with finding a bird's nest, shows it his companion and he steals it.
That's exactly what I said, yes.
Yes, I'm just making sure I understand.
Is this distracting you?
Everything about you is distracting me at all points, yes.
You flirt.
Well, thou make trust the transgression. The transgression isn't the stealer.
Oh, yet it had not been amiss the rod had been made, and the garland too, for the garland he might have worn himself, and the rod he might have bestowed upon you, who, as I take it, have stolen his bird's nest.
I suppose I will teach them to sing and restore them to the owner, nothing more.
If they're singing, answer your saying, by my faith you say honestly.
The Lady Beatrice hath a quarrel to you, not to change the subject. The gentleman that danced with her told her she is much wronged by
you. She misused me. All right, past the endurance of a block. An oak, but with one green leaf on it would have answered her. My very visor began to assume life and scold with her. She told me, not thinking that I had been myself, that I was the prince's jester. Duller than a great thaw, just huddling jest upon jest with such impossible conveyance upon me that I stood like a man at a mark with a whole army shooting at me. She speaks poignards, yea, and every word stabs. If her breath were as terrible as her terminations, there were none living near her. She would infect to the North Star. I would not marry her. Though she were endowed with all that Adam had left him before he transgressed. Just talk not of her. You shall find her the fertile Aubry and good apparel. I would to God some scholar would conjure her. For certainly, while she is here, a man may live in quiet as well as in a sanctuary, and people sit upon purpose because they would go thither. So indeed, all disquiet, horror, and perturbation follows her.
Right. Look, here she comes.
Fuck! Jesus!
Claudio, Beatrice, Pedro, and Leonato.
Just fuck already!
Will your grace command me any service to the world's end? I will go on the slightest errand now to the antipodes that you can devise to send me on. I will fetch you the length of Prester John's foot, fetch you a toothpick now from the furthest inch of Asia rather than hold 3 words conference with this harpy. You have no employment for me.
None. None but to desire your good company.
Oh, God! Sir, here is a dish I love not. I cannot endure my lady tongue.
Bye, dick face.
Beatrice. Come, lady, come. You have lost the heart of Signor Benedick, I fear.
Indeed, my lord. He lent it me a while, and I gave him use for it. A double heart for a single one. Marry, once before he wanted with me with false dice. Therefore, your grace may well say I have lost it.
Oh, you have put him down, lady. You have put him down.
So I would not he should do me, my lord, lest I should prove the mother of fools. I have brought Count Claudio, whom you sent me to seek.
Why, how now, Count? Wherefore are you sad? Count, you're mouthing, but you're not speaking. I'm a little confused.
Not sad, my lord.
How then? Sick? Butt hurts?
Neither. my lord.
The Count is neither sad, nor sick, nor merry, nor butthurt, but a civil Count. Civil as an orange, and something of that jealous complexion.
Faith, lady, I think you're blazing to be true.
I know.
I know you know. Though, I'll be sworn, if he be so, his conceit is false. Here, Claudio, I have wooed in thy name, and fair hero is one. I broke with her father, and his goodwill obtained. Name the day of the marriage, and God give thee joy.
Count, take of me my daughter, and with her my fortunes. His grace hath made the match, and in grace say amen to it.
Speak, Count, is your cue.
Silence is the perfectest herald of joy. I were but little happy if I could say how much. Lady, as you are mine, I am yours. I give away myself for you and dote upon the exchange.
Oh my God! Speak, cousin! Or if you cannot stop his mouth with a kiss and let him not speak either.
Finally, hardest thing I've ever done. In faith, lady, you have a merry heart.
Yea, my lord. I thank it, poor fool. It keeps on the windy side of care. Oh, my cousin tells him in his ear that he is in her heart.
And so she doth, cousin.
Good lord! A lion! Thus goes everyone to the world but I, and I am sunburnt. I may sit in the corner and cry, hey ho for a husband!
Lady Beatrice, if you wish, I will get you one.
I would rather have one of your father's getting. Had your grace and her brother like you? Your father got excellent husbands if a maid could come by them.
Will you have me, lady?
Ha! No, my lord, unless I might have another for working days. Oh, fuck. Your grace is too costly to wear every day. But I beseech your grace, pardon me. I was born to speak all mirth and no matter.
Oh, no, your silence most offends me, and to be merry best becomes you. For out of question, you were born in a merry hour.
No, sure, my lord, my mother cried. But then there was a star dance, and under that was I born. Ah, cousins, God give you joy!
Niece, will you look to those things that I told you of?
I cry you mercy, uncle. By your grace's pardon!
By my troth, a pleasant spirited lady.
Oh, there's very little of the melancholy element of her, my lord. She is never sad but when she sleeps, and not ever sad then, for I've heard my daughter say she hath often dreamed of unhappiness and waked herself with laughing.
Oh, of course. I mean, she cannot endure to hear tell her husband.
Oh, by of no means. She mocks wooers of all sort.
Right, well, in that case, she were an excellent wife for Benedick. My lord. My lord, if they were about a week married, they would talk themselves mad. Count Claudio, when mean you to go to church?
Tomorrow, my lord. Time goes on crutches till love have all his rights.
Not
Please,
till Monday,
please,
my dear son,
please.
which is hence
Okay.
just a 7 night, and a time too brief too to have all things answer my mind.
I warn thee, Claudio. This time shall not go dully by us. Or you can keep it in your pants for a little longer. I will, in the interim, undertake one of Hercules' labors, which is to bring Signor Benedick and the Lady Beatrice into a mountain of affection, the one with the other. I would fain have it a match, and I doubt not but to fashion it, if you three will minister such assistance as I shall give you direction.
My lord, I am for you, though it cost me 10 nights' watchings.
Lord, that sounds hilarious, bro.
Right. And you too, gentle hero.
I will do any modest office, my lord, to help my cousin to a good husband. She needs to be laid, please. It's bad.
That's quite. Modest office indeed.
And I'll see.
I mean, is she wrong, Claudio? Look,
No.
Benedick is not the unhopefullest husband that I know. Thus far, I can praise him. He is of a noble strain, of approved valor and confirmed honesty, and look, I will teach you how to humor your cousin, that she shall fall in love with Benedict, and I, with your two helps, will practice on Benedick that, in despite of his quick wits and queasy stomach, he shall fall in love with Beatrice. If we can do this, Cupid is no longer an archer. His glory shall be ours, for we are family love gods. Go in with me, and I'll tell you my drift.
Act 2, Scene 2. Enter Don John and Borachio.
It is so. The Count Claudio shall marry the daughter of Leonato.
Yay, my lord, though I be invisible once a fucking again. But I can cross it.
You in a corner somewhere. Any bar, any cross, any impediment will be medicinable to me. I am sick in displeasure to him, and whatsoever comes athwart his affection ranges evenly with me. How canst thou cross this marriage?
Not honestly, but so covertly that no dishonesty shall appear in me.
Show me briefly how.
I think I told your lordship a year since how much I am in favor of Margaret. That
you hitting
the
that?
waiting gentlewoman to hear. In favor. In favor. In favor. In favor. You know?
I remember. Yeah. Spring break 2020.
Hell fucking yes! I can, at any unseasonable instant of the night, appoint her to look out her lady's chamber window.
What life is in that, to be the death of this marriage? Yeah, no, take your time.
Wait, it's in you to temper! Go to the prince, your brother. Spare not to tell him that he hath wronged his honor in marrying the renowned Claudio, whose estimation you mightily hold up, to a contaminate stale such as one hero.
Contaminated? What proof shall I make of that?
Proof enough to misuse the prince, to vex Claudio, to undo
He
hero.
doth be very vexable.
Vexable, so fucking vexable. Like, what the hell? Just like, ugh.
Denser than oak, that one.
He's just like, he needs to fucking grow up for like 30 fucking Anyway, vex Claudio. Number one. Undo hero, and I feel like there has to be something else fun here. Kill Leonato.
Murder. I was just going to say murder.
Murder, right? What good party doesn't have some? So, I mean, look you for any other issue?
To despite them, I will endeavor anything.
Go then. Find me a meet hour to draw Don Pedro and the Count Claudio alone. Tell them you know that hero loves me. Cause I'm so fucking lovable.
This is true, you are.
Thank you, babe. Thank you, babe. Intend a kind of zeal both to the prince and Claudio as in love of your brother's honor, who hath made this match and his friend's reputation, that you have discovered thus. They will scarcely believe this without trial. Offer them instances which shall bear no less likelihood than to see me at her chamber window, hear me call Margaret hero, and bring them to see us this very night. Before the intended wedding, there shall appear such seeming truth of hero's disloyalty and jealousy that shall be called assurance, and of all the preparations, overthrown. Overthrown.
Brilliant. Grow this to what adverse you can. I will put it in practice. Be cunning in the working this, and thy fee is 1,000 ducats. Yeah, you heard me. Yeah, 1,000.
More than this many.
You're not wrong.
Oh, math isn't my strong suit. If it's more than this, it's a lot. See you constant in the accusation, and my cunning shall not shame. I promise, the math is bad, but the cunning shall not shame me.
I will presently go learn their day of marriage.
It's
Scene
not
3.
technically a drinking rule, but I'm counting it as Don Pedro's improv because I'm dying.
Scene 3. Leonato's orchard, shaded by groves of twisting trees. It has more or less been cleaned up after last night's reveries, though a few crushed cans are still stuck in the hedges, and 2 empty bottles are floating in the nearest fountain. Enter Benedick, grumpy and hungover.
Balthasar!
How many times I have to tell you, I don't actually I'm not a servant here, but, senor.
In my chamber window lies a book.
Yeah, I know what a fucking book is.
But just bring it hither to me in the orchard. Please.
I don't work for Leonato. I'm already here, sir.
I know that. Have thee hence, and here again. I know what a book is. Get the fuck out of here.
Fucking Christ.
You know, I do much wonder that one man, seeing how much another man is a fool when he dedicates his behaviors to love, will, after he hath laughed at such shallow follies and others, become the argument of his own scorn by falling in love. And such a twink is Claudio. I have known when there was no music in him but the drum and the fife. And now had he rather hear the tabor and the pipe, the fruity instruments, not the cool ones, the fucking fruity ones. I have known when he would have walked a mile afoot to see a good armor, naked men and stuff, and now will he lie 10 nights awake, carving the fashion of a new doublet, which is also gay, just in a less cool way for me. You know, he was wont to speak plain and to the purpose like an honest man and a soldier, and now is he turned orthography? His words are a very fantastical banquet, so many strange dishes. May I be so converted and see with these eyes? I cannot tell, but I think not. You know, I will not be sworn, but love may transform me to an oyster. But I'll take my oath on it. Till he hath made an oyster of me, he shall not make me such a fool. One woman is fair, yet I am well. Another is wise, yet I am well. Another virtuous, yet I am well. But till all graces be in one woman shall not come into my grace. Good, man. Rich she shall be, that's certain. Wise, or I'll none. Virtuous, or I'll never cheapen her. Fair, or I'll never look on her. Mild, for the love of God, or come not near me. Noble, or not I for an angel. Of good discourse, an excellent musician, a hobbied arsonist, the most annoying person I've ever met, and her hair shall be what color it please God. Huh. Oh, fuck. Here comes the prince and Monsieur Love. I will hide in the arbor.
Enter Don Pedro, Claudio, and Leonato, annoyingly bright-eyed and bushy-tailed compared to Benedick.
Come, good sirs, shall we hear this music?
Yea, my good lord, how still the evening is, as hushed on purpose to grace harmony.
See where Benedick hath hid himself.
Oh, very well, my lord. The music ended. We'll fit the kid fox with the pennyworth.
Right.
Benedick for Balthasar with the book.
Good book. Where the fuck did he go?
Come, Balthasar. We'll hear that song again.
Oh! Good, my lord. Tax not so bad a voice to slander music any more than once.
Oh, no. It is the witness still of excellency to put a strange face on his own perfection. I pray thee, sing and let me woo no more.
Because you talk of wooing, I will sing. Since many a wooer doth commence his suit to her he thinks not worthy, yet he woos, yet will he swear he loves.
Yes, now pray thee come, or if thou wilt hold longer arguments, do it in notes.
Well, note this before my notes. There's not a note of mine that's worth the noting.
Now divine air. Now is his soul ravished. Is it not strange, right, that sheep's guts should hail souls out of men's bodies? Well, a horn for my money when all's done.
You. Sigh no more, lady, sigh no more. Men were deceivers ever. One foot in sea and one on shore, to one thing constant never. And sigh not so, but let them go. And be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey noddy noddy. Sing no more ditty, sing no more, or dumb so dull and heavy. The fraud of men was ever so, summer first was heavy, and sigh not so, but let them go, and be you blithe and bonny, converting all your sounds of woe into hey noddy noddy.
By my troth, a good song.
Fuck, and an ill singer, my lord.
No. Faith, thou singest well enough for a shift.
Then a dog that should have howled thus, they would have hanged him. And I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief. I'd as lief to heard the night raven. Come, what plague would have come after it?
They do not pay me enough to play these parties. They fucking don't.
Oh, believe me, they do not. And had he been a dog that should howl thus, they would have hanged him, and I pray God his bad voice bode no mischief.
Don Pedro, what are you doing after this tonight? Just wondering, just a question.
Send me a scroll. Sorry. Yeah. Mary, dost thou hear, Balthasar? I pray thee get us some excellent music, for tomorrow night we will have it at the Lady Hero's chamber window.
Oh, the best I can, my lord.
Yeah, do so. Farewell, and text me later.
Yeah.
Exit Balthasar.
Come hither, Leonato. What was it you told me of today that your niece Beatrice was in love with Benedick?
Oh, stock on, the foul sits. I did never think that lady would have loved any man. You know what I mean?
No, nor I neither. But most wonderful that she should so dote on Signor Benedick, whom she hath in all outward behaviors seemed ever to abhor.
Is it possible? What sits the wind in that corner?
By my troth, my lord, I cannot tell what to think of it, but she loves him with Oh, an enraged affection. It is past the infinite of thought.
Well, maybe she doth but counterfeit.
Enough.
Oh, God, counterfeit? There was never counterfeit of passion came so near the life of passion as she discovers it.
Why? What effects of passion shows she?
Bait the hook well, this fish will bite.
Shut up. What effects, my lord? She will sit you. You heard my daughter tell you how?
She did, indeed.
How, pray you? You amaze me. I thought her spirit had been invincible against all sorts of affection.
I would have sworn it had, my lord, especially against Benedick.
I should think this a gull, but that Leonato speaks it. Knavery cannot sure hide himself in such reverence.
He hath ta'en the infection. Hold it up.
Yes. Hath she made her affection known to Benedick?
No, and swear she never will. That is her torment.
'Tis true, indeed. So your daughter says, "Shall I," says she, "that have so oft encountered him with scorn, write to him that I love him?"
This says she now when she is beginning to write to him, for she'll be up 20 times a night, and there she will sit in her smock till she have writ a sheet of paper. My daughter tells all.
Now you talk of a sheet of paper. I remember a pretty jest your daughter told us of.
When she had writ it and was reading it over, she found Benedick and Beatrice between the sheet. She tore the letter into 1,000 halfpence. She railed at herself that she should be so immodest to write one that she knew would flout her. I measure him, says she, by my own spirit, for I should flout him if he writ to me, yea, though I love him, I should.
Then down upon her knees she falls, weeps, sobs, beats her heart, tears her hair, prays, curses. Oh, sweet Benedick, God give me patience.
She doth indeed, my daughter says so, and the ecstasy have so much overborne her that my daughter is sometime afeard she will do a desperate outrage to herself. It is very true.
Fuck!
I need you to walk it back for me.
Jesus, dude.
I need you to walk it back for me.
It were good that Benedick knew of it by some other, if she will not discover it.
To what end? He would make but a sport of it and torment the poor lady worse.
And he should. It were an alms to hang him. She's an excellent sweet lady, and out of all suspicion, she is virtuous.
And she is exceeding wise.
In everything but in loving Benedick.
I am sorry for her, as I have just caused, being her uncle and her guardian.
Would she had bestowed this dotage on me, I would have daffed all the respects and made her half myself. Never mind that. I pray you, tell Benedict of it, and hear what I will say.
Thank you.
Hero thinks surely she will die, for she says she will die if he love her not, and she will die ere she make her love known, and she will die if he woo her, rather than she will bate one breath of her accustomed crossness.
She doth well. If she should make tender of her love, 'tis very possible he'll scorn it, for the man, as you all know, hath a contemptible spirit.
He is a very proper man.
He hath indeed a good outward happiness.
Before God. And, in my mind, very wise.
Right. He doth indeed show some sparks that are like wit.
And I take him to be valiant.
And I assure you, for the man doth fear God. However, it seems not in him by some large jests he will make. Well, I am sorry for your niece. Shall we go seek Benedict and tell him of her love?
Never tell him, my lord. Let her wear it out with good counsel.
Nay, that's impossible. She may wear her heart out first.
Well, we will hear further of it by your daughter. That is cool the while. Well, I love Benedict well, and I could wish he would modestly examine himself to see how much he is unworthy a good lady.
My lord, will you walk? Dinner is ready.
If he do not dote on her upon this, I will never trust my expectation.
Yes. But the sport will be when they hold one in opinion of another's dotage. Let us send her to call him in a dinner.
Don Pedro, Claudio, and Leonato, cackling amongst each other.
This can be no trick. The conference was sadly born. They have the truth of this from Hero. They seem to pity the lady. Huh. It seems her affections have their full bent. Love me. Why? Well, it must be requited. I hear how I am censured. They say I will bear myself proudly if I perceive the love come from her. They say, too, that she will rather die than give any sign of affection. I did never think to marry. I must not seem proud. Happy are they that can hear the detractions and can put them to mending. They say the lady is fair. 'Tis the truth. I can bear them witness. And virtuous. 'Tis so I cannot reprove it. And wise, oh, but for loving me. But by my troth, it is no addition to her wit, nor no great argument of her folly, for I will be madly in love with her. I may chance have some odd quirks and remnants of wit broken on me, because I have railed so long against marriage, but doth not the appetite alter? A man loves the meat in his youth he cannot endure in his age. Shall quips and sentences and these paper bullets of the brain awe a man from a career of his humor? No. The world must be peopled. Yeah. You know, when I said I would die a bachelor, I did not think I should live till I were married. Fuck. Here comes Beatrice. By this day, she's a fair lady. I do spy some marks of love in her.
Yo, dick face! Against my will, I am sent to bid you come into dinner.
Oh, my fair Beatrice. I thank you for your pains.
I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. If it had been painful, I would not have come.
You take pleasure, then, in the message.
Yay. Just so much as you may take upon a knife's point. You have no stomach, senor. Fare you well.
Against my will, I am bid to send I'm sent to bid you come into dinner. There's a double meaning in that. I took no more pains for those thanks than you took pains to thank me. That's as much to say any pains that I take for you is as easy as thanks. If I do not take pity on her, I am a villain. If I do not love her, I am a fool. I will go get her picture.
Act 3, Scene 1. Leonato's garden, in a similar state of disarray to his orchard. One of the nearby statues has a discarded pair of underwear on its head. Enter Hero, Margaret, and Ursula, already flushed with excitement.
Good Margaret, run thee to the parlor. There shalt thou find my cousin, Beatrice, proposing with the prince and Claudio. Whisper her ear and tell her I and Ursula walk in the orchard, and our whole discourse is all of her. Say that thou overheardst us, and bid her steal into the pleached bower. There will she hide her to listen to our purpose. This is thy office. Bear thee well in it, and leave us alone.
I'll make her come. I warrant you. Presently.
Now, Ursula, when Beatrice doth come, as we do trace this alley up and down, our talk must only be of Benedick. When I do name him, let it be thy part to praise him more than ever man did merit. My talk to thee must be how Benedick is sick in love with Beatrice. This matter is little Cupid's crafty arrow made that only wounds by hearsay.
Enter Beatrice, already sneaking very poorly.
Oh, okay. Now begin, for look where Beatrice, like the lapwing, runs close by the ground to hear our conference.
Doesn't just angling is to see the fish, so angle we for Beatrice, who even now is couched in the woodbine coverture. Fear you not my part of the dialogue.
Then go we near her, that her ear lose nothing of the false sweet bait that we lay for it. Okay. No, truly, Ursula, she is too disdainful. I know her spirits are as coy and wild as haggards of the rock.
Are you sure that Benedick loves Beatrice so entirely?
So says the prince and my betrothed lord.
What the fuck? And did they bid you tell her of it, madam?
They did entreat me to acquaint her of it, but I persuaded them, if they loved Benedick, to wish him wrestle with affection and never to let Beatrice know of it.
Why did you so? Doth not the gentleman deserve full as fortunate a bed as ever Beatrice shall couch upon?
Yes. Oh, God of love! I know he doth deserve as much as may be yielded to a man, but nature never framed a woman's heart of prouder stuff than that of Beatrice. Disdain and scorn ride sparkling in her eyes, misprizing what they look on. Her wit values itself so highly that to her all matter else seems weak. She cannot love, nor take no shape, nor project of affection. She is so self-endeared.
Sure, I think so. And therefore certainly it were not good she knew his love, lest she make sport of it.
Why, you speak truth. I never yet saw a man, how wise, how noble, young, how rarely featured, but she would spell him backward. Tall, a lance ill-headed, if low, an agate very vilely cut. Speaking, why, a vein blown with all winds, if silent, why, a block moved with none. So turns she, every man the wrong side out, and never gives to truth and virtue that which simpleness and merit purchaseth.
Sure, such carping is not commendable.
Oh, not to be so odd and from all fashions as Beatrice is, cannot be commendable. Who dare tell her so? If I should speak, she would mock me into air. Oh, she would laugh me out of myself, press me to death with wit, which she does all the time, for real. And it's not nice, because I love her a lot, and I know that's how she shows it, but you know, I'm sensitive.
Hero deserves better.
Therefore, let Benedick, like covered fire, consume away in sighs, waste inwardly. Were a better death than die with mocks.
Yet tell her of it. Hear what she will say.
No! Rather, I will go to Benedick and counsel him to fight against his passion. And truly, I'll devise some honest slanders to stain my cousin with. One doth not know how much an ill word may empoison liking.
Oh, do not do your cousin such a wrong. She cannot be so much without true judgment, having so swift and excellent a wit as she is prized to have, as to refuse so rare. Yeah, we'll go with that. A gentleman, as Signor Benedick.
Adjective, yeah. He is the only man of Italy. Always accepted, my dear Claudio.
I pray you be not angry with me, madam. Speaking my fancy. Dick, for hang on.
Doing great. You got it. Keep going.
A shape for God, just thinking of nice things to say about him. For shape, for
you can do it. No.
For bearing argument and valor.
Yes.
Foremost in report through Italy.
Indeed, he hath an excellent good name.
His excellence, it did sure earn it. There he had it. When are you married, madam?
Why, every day, tomorrow. Come, go in. I'll show thee some attires and have thy counsel which is the best to furnish me tomorrow.
She is limed, I warrant you. We have caught her, madam.
I know. If it proves so, then loving goes by haps. Some Cupid kills with arrows, some with traps.
What fire is in mine ears? Can this be true? Stand I condemned for pride and scorn so much? Contempt, farewell. I'd made him pride to do. No glory lives behind the back of such. And Benedick. Love on. I will requite thee, I guess. Oh my God! Taming my wild heart to thy loving hand. If thou dost love, my kindness shall incite thee to bind our loves up into a holy band. That's nuts. Okay, but like, others say thou dost deserve, and I believe it. Better than reportingly.
Act 3, Scene 2. A bar in Leonato's house, done up for Claudio's bachelor party. Enter Don Pedro, Claudio, Benedick, and Leonato.
No. No, lad. I do but stay to your marriage, and then I go toward Aragon.
I'll go thither, my lord, if you'll vouchsafe me.
Nay. That would be as great a soil in the new gloss of your marriage as to show a child his new coat and then forbid him to wear it. I will only be bold with Benedick for his company, for from the crown of his head to the sole of his foot, he is all mirth. He hath twice or thrice cut Cupid's bowstring, and the little hangman dare not shoot at him. He hath a heart as sound as a bell, and his tongue is the clapper. For what his heart thinks, his tongue speaks.
Gallants, I am not as I have been.
So say I, methinks you are sadder.
Hope he be in love.
Hang him, truant. There's no true drop of blood in him to be truly touched with love. If he be sad, he wants money.
Have the toothache, I'll have you know.
What? Sigh for the toothache, come on.
Well, everyone can master grief, but he that has it.
Yet say I, he is in love. If he be not in love with some woman, there is no believing old signs. A brushes his hat o' mornings, what should that bode? That's as much to say. The sweet youth's in love. Who's the twink now?
Who indeed? The greatest note of it is his melancholy.
Does he want to wash his face?
Okay,
Nay.
I wash it sometimes.
Really?
Do you, though?
Truly, honestly?
I mean, we were at war together. I never saw you wash your face once.
I saw a lot of you, Benedick.
Intimately, I know.
Or to paint himself, for the which I hear what they say of him.
Nay, but his jesting spirit, which has now crept into a lute string, and now governed by stops.
Oh, indeed. That tells a heavy tale for him. Conclude. He is in love.
Nay, but I know who loves him.
Oh, that I would know too. I one that knows him not. I mean, look at
Yes, and his ill conditions, and, in despite of all, dies for him.
She shall be buried with her face upward.
Oh, this is no charm for the toothache, you horny motherfuckers. That's so nasty. Don't talk about women that way. Old Senor, walk aside with me. I have studied 8 or 9 wise words to speak to you, which these hobby horses must not hear.
What'd you think of that, Claudio?
Sus, not gonna lie.
Sorry. For my life to break with him about Beatrice.
'Tis even so. Hero and Margaret have by this played their parts with Beatrice, and then the two bears will not bite one another when they meet.
Quite.
My lord and father, God save you!
Ugh.
Good then, brother.
If your leisure served, I would speak with you.
In private?
If it please you, yet Count Claudio may hear, for what I would speak of concerns him.
What's the matter?
It's your lordship to be married tomorrow.
Oh, you know he does.
I know not that, when he knows what I know.
If there be any impediment, I pray you discover it.
You may think I love you not. Let that appear hereafter, and aim better at me, by that I now will manifest. For my brother, I think he holds you well, and in dearness of heart hath hope to effect your ensuing marriage. Surely suit ill spent and labor ill bestowed.
Good God, man! Spit it out! Why, what's the matter?
Okay. Don John, I came hither to tell you. And circumstances shortened, for she has been too long a talking of. The lady is disloyal.
Hero?
Even she? Leonato's hero, your hero, every man's hero.
Disloyal.
That's the word. The word is too good to paint out her wickedness. I could say she were worse. Think you of a worse title, and I will fit it to her. Wonder not till further warrant. Go but with me tonight. You shall see her chamber window entered. Even the night before her wedding day, if you love her then. Tomorrow wed her, but it would better fit your honor to change your mind.
May this be so?
No, I simply will not think it. I simply will not.
If you dare not trust that you see, confess not that you know. If you will follow me, I will show you enough. And when you have seen more and heard more, then proceed accordingly.
Listen, you strange little man. If I see anything tonight, why I should not marry her tomorrow in the congregation where I should wed, I will shame her.
Yes, and I, as I wooed for thee to obtain her, I will join with thee to disgrace her.
Don't shoot the messenger. I will disparage her no farther, till you are my witnesses. Bear it coldly but till midnight, and let the issue show itself.
I might shoot you anyway, you're kind of annoying.
Take a sip for incel Reddit.
Act 3, Scene 3. The street outside Leonato's house, brightly lit and comfortably quiet. Enter Dogberry and Burgess.
You're a good man and true.
Yeah, or else it were a pity, but I should suffer salvation, body and soul.
Nay, there are punishment too good for you if you should have any allegiance, being chosen for the prince's watch.
Well, give me my charge then, neighbor Dogberry.
First, do you think you the most desertless man to be constable?
Me, sir, yes. Or, I guess, George C. Cole, for we can write and read.
Now, to be a well-favored man is the gift of fortune, but to write and read comes by nature.
Both which, Master Constable.
You have! I knew it would be your answer. You were thought here to be the most senseless and fit man for the constable of the watch. Therefore, bear you the lantern. This is your charge. You shall comprehend all vagrom men. You're to bid any man stand in the prince's name.
But how if he will not stand?
Why then take no note of him and let him go. But presently, call the rest of the watch together and thank God you're rid of a knave.
If he will not stand when he is bidden, he is none of the prince's subjects.
So, you're to meddle with none but the prince's subjects. You shall also make no noise in the streets, for the watch to babble and talk is most tolerable and not to be endured.
I will rather sleep than talk. I know what belongs to a watch.
Why? You speak like an ancient and most quiet watchman. I cannot see how sleeping should offend. Well, you're to call all the alehouses and bid those that are drunk, get them to bed.
How if they will not?
Why, then let them alone till they're sober. They make you not then the better answer, you may say they are not the men you took them for.
Well, sir, well.
If you meet a thief, you may suspect him by virtue of your office to be no true man. And for such kind of men, the less you meddle or make with them, why, the more it's for your honesty.
And if I know him to be a thief, shall I not lay hands on him?
Truly, by your office you may, but I think they that touch pitch will be defiled. The most peaceable way for you, if you do take a thief, is to let him show himself what he is and steal out of your company.
You have always been a merciful man. Called a merciful man, bestie.
Truly, I would not hang a dog by my will, much more a man who hath any honesty in him. If you hear a child cry in the night, you must call to the nurse and bid her still it.
How if the nurse be asleep and will not hear me?
What? Why then, depart in peace. Let the child wake her with crying. This is the end of the charge. You, constable, are to present the prince's own person. If you meet the prince in the night, you may stay him.
Nay, Barley, I think he cannot.
With any man that knows the statutes, he may stay him. Oh, Mary, not without the prince be willing. For indeed, the watch ought not to offend no man, and it is an offense to stay a man against his will.
By Our Lady, I think it be so.
What? Pray you. What about Signor Leonato's door with me for the wedding being there tomorrow? There's a great coil tonight. Be vigilant, I beseech you.
Enter Borachio and Conrade, conspiring with one another.
Please take a swig for Dogberry, and for that accent.
What?
Peace. Stir not.
I say, Conrad! What the fuck? Conrad!
Dude, I'm literally at thy elbow.
Fuck! Mass! My elbow itched! What a scab follow.
Ha 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 ha, I will owe thee an answer for that. And now forward with thy tale.
Stand thee close, then under this penthouse, for it drizzles rain, and I will, like a true drunkard, utter to thee.
Please do.
On treason, master, yet stand close.
Therefore, know I have earned of Don John 10 fucking hell. What's when it's like there's like the
That thousand?
1,000 ducats. Thanks, Bib. Thanks.
I got you.
Thanks.
Holy fuck, is it possible that any villainy should be so dear?
Thou shouldst rather ask if it were possible any villainy should be so rich. For when rich villains have need of poor ones may make what price they will.
I wonder at it.
Duchess, thou art unconfirmed. Know that I have tonight wooed Margaret? The Lady Hero's gentlewoman, by the name of Hero. She leans to me out at her mistress's chamber window, bids me 1,000 times, good night!
No.
No. I tell this tale vilely. I should first tell thee how the prince and Claudio planted and placed and possessed by my master Don John saw afar off in the orchard this amiable encounter.
They did not and thought they Margaret was Hero?
2 of them did. The prince and Claudio. But the devil, my master, he is a devil. Like you know,
like evil.
Like the TV show Lucifer devil. Like he's
okay.
Like the devil. Love him so much.
Okay.
Where was I?
I don't know where you were, bestie.
Oh, the devil, my master! Knew she was Margaret! And partly by his oaths, which first possessed them, partly by the dark night, which did deceive them, but chiefly by my villainy, which did confirm any slander that Don John had made. Away went Claudio, enraged, swore he would meet her, as he was appointed, next morning at the temple, and there, before the whole congregation, shame her with what he saw or night, and send her home again without a husband.
We charge you in the prince's name! Stand!
Fuck!
We have here recovered the most dangerous piece of leechery that was ever known in the Commonwealth.
Masters.
You'll be made bring the villain forth, I warrant you.
Masters.
Or speak. We charge you. Let us obey you to come with us.
We're like to prove a goodly commodity, being take up of these men's bills.
commodity in question, I warrant you. Come, we'll obey you.
Is there alcohol?
Act 3, Scene 4. Hero's apartment. Discarded champagne glasses sit on the vanity, and the air is thick with hairspray. Hero's massive bouquet sits on a vase on her bedstand, pristine and ready for use. Enter Hero in a pre-wedding panic, Margaret and Ursula following behind her.
Good Ursula, wake my cousin Beatrice and desire her to rise.
I will, lady.
Bid her come hither.
Well.
Troth, I think your other rubato were better.
Oh, no, pray thee, good Meg, I'll wear this.
By my troth, it's not so good, and I warrant your cousin will say so.
My cousin's a fool, and thou art another. I'll wear none but this.
I saw the Duchess of Milan's gown that they praise so.
That exceeds, they say.
By my troth, but a nightgown in respect of yours, cloth of gold, and cuts, and laced with silver, set with pearls, down sleeves, side sleeves, and skirts, round underborne with a bluish tinsel. But for a fine, quaint, graceful, and excellent fashion, yours is worth 10 on it.
That'd give me joy to wear it. My heart is exceeding heavy.
Will be heavier soon by the weight of a man.
Meg, that's dirty. Please, come on. Christian,
oh, please.
I upon thee, not ashamed.
Of what, lady? Of speaking honorably? Is not marriage honorable in a beggar? Is not your lord honorable without marriage? I'll offend nobody. Is there any harm in the heavier for a husband? None, I think. And it be the right husband and the right wife. Otherwise, 'tis light and not heavy. Ask my lady Beatrice else. Here she comes. Or perhaps not.
Tomorrow, cuz. Why, how now? Do you speak in the sick tune?
I was muted.
Take a sip for that.
I am out of all other tuney things. 'Tis almost 5 o'clock, cousin. 'Tis time we were ready. By my troth, I am exceeding ill.
For a hawk, a horse, or a husband?
For the letter that begins them all. H.
Well, there's no more sailing by the star.
What means the fool, Tro?
Nothing, but God send everyone their heart's desire.
These gloves the Count sent me. These winter gloves that he definitely got on clearance because it's July. They are an excellent perfume.
Smell, that's the whole fucking point.
Hey, sorry.
A maid and stuffed. There's goodly catching of cold.
Oh, God help me. God help me. How long have you been professed apprehension?
Even since you left it, doth not my wit become me rarely?
It is not seen enough. You should wear it in your cap. By my troth, I'm sick.
Get you some of this distilled Carduus Benedictus and lay it to your heart. It's the only thing for a qualm.
There, thou prickest her with a thistle.
Why Benedictus? You have some moral in this Benedictus.
Moral? No, by my troth, I have no moral meaning. I meant plain, holy thistle. You may think perchance that I think you are in love. Nay, by lady, I am not such a fool to think what I list, nor I list not to think what I can, nor indeed I cannot think, if I would think my heart out of thinking, that you are in love, or that you will be in love, or that you can be in love. Yet Benedick was such another, now is he become a man. He swore he would never marry, and yet now, in despite of his heart, he eats his meat without grudging. And how you may be converted, I know not, but methinks you look with your eyes as other women do.
Fucking annoying. What pace is this that thy tongue keeps?
Not a false gallop.
On my bed. Madam, withdraw. The prince, the count, Signor Benedick, Don John, and all the gallants of the town are come to fetch you to church.
Help to dress me. Good cause, good Meg, good Ursula.
Act 3, Scene 5. A courtyard in Leonato's house. Servants are busy lining the trees with wires of twinkling lights and soft lanterns in preparation for the night's festivities. Enter Leonato with Dogberry and Vergis.
What would you with me, honest neighbor?
Sir, I'd have some confidence with you that discerns you nearly.
Brief, I pray you, for you see it is a busy time with me.
Mary! This it is, sir.
Yes, in truth it is, sir.
What is it, my good friends?
Good man, Vergis, sir, speaks a little off the matter. An old man, sir, and his wits are not so blunt as, God help, I would desire they were. But, in faith, honest as the skin between his brows.
Yes, I thank God I am as honest as any man living. That is an old man, and no honester than I.
Comparisons are odorous, neighbor Vergis.
Neighbors, you are tedious.
It pleases your worship to say so, but truly, for mine own part, if I were as tedious as a king, I could find it in my heart to bestow it all of your worship.
Tediousness on me.
Yeah.
Okay, I would fain to know what you have to say.
Marry, sir, us men tonight, expecting your worship's presence, have taken a couple of as errant knaves as any in Messina.
Well said, faith neighbor Vergis. Well, God's a good man, and two men ride of a horse, one must ride behind. An honest soul of faith, sir, by my troth he is, as ever broke bread. But God is to be worshipped, all men are not alike, alas, good neighbor.
Indeed, neighbor, he comes too short of you.
Oh, gifts that God gives.
I must leave you.
Whoa. Sir, one word, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We, sir, have indeed comprehended two auspicious persons, and we would have them this morning examined before your worship.
Take their examination yourself and bring it me. I am in now great haste, as it may appear unto you.
Oh, it shall be sufficient.
Drink some wine ere you go, and fare you well. Okay.
Enter Balthasar.
No.
My lord, even though this is not technically my job that you are paying me for, they have sent me to bear the message that they stay for you to give your daughter to her husband.
I'll wait upon them. I am ready.
Go! Good partner. Go. Get your pen and inkhorn to the jail. We are now to examination these men.
Examination. We must do it wisely.
Yeah. We will spare for no wit, I warrant you. Tears that shall drive some of them to a non-com. Only get the pen yourself to set down our excommunication and maybe the jail.
Everyone, This is Intermission. I hope everyone's having a good time. We're going to take about 15 minutes. We're going to come back at 10 past the hour. So whatever time it is for you in 10 minutes. All right, perfect. Everyone, welcome back to our show. We're going to continue with technically Act 2 here, but it's later in the play than that. But before we continue, I just wanted to say, first of all, thank you so much for being here and being part of our audience. As you know, we really want to keep doing this in the future, and your support means the world to us. Just remember to keep drinking responsibly if you are consuming alcohol. Get some water, get a snack, do what you have to do to take care of yourself. We also have a Discord server, which quite a few of you have joined. Thank you so much. And we have a Ko-Fi page, so if you'd like to tip us and help us create more content and more shows in the future, we would absolutely love that and appreciate that. All right, I'll turn you over to Gabriel.
Just a reminder, as always, to follow the #1 rule of wholesome hydration. I know Riley just reiterated that. But just make sure to drink lots of water and have food with you, and especially when you're enjoying certain moments in the show.
Act 4, Scene 1. The church, elegant and done up with flowers that match Hero's bouquet. Guests line the aisle, all reverently waiting for what is guaranteed to be the social event of the summer. Enter Don Pedro, Don John, Leonato, Friar Francis, Claudio, Benedick, Hero, Beatrice, and attendants.
Come, Friar Francis, be brief, only the plain form of marriage, and you shall recount their particular duties afterwards.
Kevin Fox, everyone.
The cat hath got my tongue. You come hither, my lord, to marry this lady?
No.
To be married to her, Friar. You come to marry her.
Lady, you come hither to be married to this count?
I do.
If either of you know any inward impediment why you should not be conjoined, charge you on your souls to utter it.
Know you any, Hero?
None, my lord.
Know you any, Count?
Dare make his answer, none.
Oh, what men dare do. What men may do. What men daily do, not knowing what they do.
Oh, now, interjections. Why, then some be of laughing.
Stand thee by, Friar. Father, by your leave, will you with free and unconstrained soul give me this maid, your daughter?
Freely, son, as God did give her me.
And what have I to give you back, whose worth may counterpoise this rich and precious gift?
Nothing, unless you render her again.
Sweet prince, you learn me noble thankfulness. There, Leonato, take her back again. Give not this rotten orange to your friend. She's but the sign and semblance of her honor. Behold, how like a maid she blushes here. Oh, what authority and show of truth can cunning sin cover itself withal? Comes not that blood as modest evidence to witness simple virtue? Would you not swear, all you that see her, that she were a maid by these exterior shows? But she is none. She knows the heat of a luxurious bed. Her blush is guiltiness, not modesty.
What do you mean, my lord?
Not to be married. Not to knit my soul to an approved wanton.
Dear my lord, if you, in your own proof, have vanquished the resistance of her youth and made defeat of her virginity.
I know what you would say. If I have known her, you will say she did embrace me as a husband and so extenuate the forehand sin. No, Leonato, I never tempted her with word too large, but showed her bashful sincerity and comely love.
And seemed I ever otherwise to you?
Out on thee seeming! I will write against it. You seem to me as Diane in her orb, as chaste as the bud ere it be blown, but you are more intemperate in your blood than Venus or those pampered animals that rage in savage sensuality.
Is my lord well that he doth speak so wide?
Sweet prince, why speak not you?
What should I speak? I stand dishonored that I've gone about to link my dear friend to a common stale.
Are these things spoken, or do I but dream?
Sir, they are spoken, and these things are true.
This looks not like a nuptial.
True. Oh God.
Leonato, stand I here? Is this the prince? Is this the prince's brother? Is this face hero our eyes our own? Let me move one question to your daughter, and by that fatherly and kindly power that you have in her, bid her answer truly.
I charge thee do so, as thou art my child.
Oh God, defend me. How am I beset? What kind of catechizing call you this?
You answer truly by your name.
Is it not hero? Who can blot that name with any just reproach?
Marry, that can hero. Hero itself can blot out hero's virtue. What man was he talked with you yesternight out at your window betwixt 12 and 1? Now, if you are a maid, answer to this.
I talked with no man at that hour, my lord.
Well, then you are no maiden. Leonato, I'm sorry you must hear. Upon mine honor, myself, my brother, and this grieved count did hear her at that hour last night talk with the ruffian at her chamber window, who hath indeed, most like a liberal villain, confessed the violent encounters they have had 1,000 times in secret.
Five. They are not to be named, my lord, not to be spoke of. There is chastity enough in language without offense to utter them. Thus, pretty lady, I am sorry for thy much misgovernment.
Hero, what a hero hadst thou been if half thy outward graces had been placed about thy thoughts and counsels of thy heart. Fare thee well, most foul, most fair. Farewell, thou pure impiety and impious purity. For thee I'll lock up all the gates of love, and on my eyelid shall conjecture hang, to turn all beauty into thoughts of harm, and never shall it be more gracious.
Hath no man's dagger here a point for me?
Why, how now, cousin, where took you down?
First, if I may, Leonato, that's what she quoth. But come, let us go. These things come thus to light, smother her spirits up.
How doth the lady?
Dead, I think. Help, uncle. Hero. Why, hero. Uncle. Senor Benedick, friar.
Oh, fate, take not thy heavy hand. Death is the fairest cover for her shame that may be wished for.
How now, cousin hero?
Have comfort, lady.
Dost thou look up?
Yea. Wherefore should she not?
Wherefore? Could she here deny the story that is printed in her blood? Do not live, hero, do not ope thine eyes, for if I think thou wouldst not quickly die, myself should strike at thy life. Grieved I had but one. Oh, one too much by thee. Why had I one? How wast thou ever lovely in my eyes? I might have said no part of it is mine. The shame derives itself from unknown loins, but mine and mine I loved, and mine I praised, and mine that I was proud to, mine so much that I myself was not to mind valuing of her. Why, she is fallen into a pit of ink, that the wide sea hath drops too few to wash her clean again, and salt too little which may season give to her foul tainted flesh.
Fuck! Sir, be patient! For my part, I am so attired in wonder, I know not what to say.
Oh, on my soul, my cousin is belied.
Lady, were you her bedfellow last night?
No, truly not. Though, until last night, I have this 12-month been her bedfellow.
Confirmed would the two princes lie, and Claudio lie, who loved her so, speaking of her foulness, washed it with tears, hence from her let her die.
Hear me a little, for I have only been silent so long and given way unto this course of fortune. By noting of the lady, I have marked 1,000 blushing apparitions to start into her face. 1,000 innocent shames in angel whiteness beat away those blushes, and in her eye there hath appeared a fire, to burn the errors that these princes hold against her maiden truth. Call me a fool. Trust not my reading nor my observation. With experimental seal doth warrant the tenor of my book. Trust not my age, my reverence, calling, nor divinity. If this sweet lady lie not guiltless here under some biting error.
It cannot be. Thou seest that all the grace she hath left is that she will not add to her damnation a sin of perjury. She not denies it.
Lady, what man is he you are accused of?
I know that do accuse me. I know none. If I know more of any man alive than that which maiden modesty doth warrant, let all my sins lack mercy. Oh, my father, prove you that any man with me conversed at hours unmeet, or that I yesternight maintained the change of words with any creature, refuse me, hate me, torture me to death.
There is some strange misprision in the princes.
2 of them have the very bent of honor, and if their wisdoms be misled in this, the practice of it lives in John, the bastard, whose spirits toil in frame of villainies.
I know not. If they speak but truth of her, these hands shall tear her. If they wrong her honor, the proudest of them shall well hear of it. Time hath not yet so dried this blood of mine, nor had my bad life reft me so much of friends, but they shall find awaked in such a kind both strength of limb and policy of mind, ability in means and choice of friends to quit me of them thoroughly.
Pause a while, and let my counsel sway you in this case. Your daughter here the princess left for dead. Let her a while be secretly kept in, and publish it that she is dead indeed. Maintain a mourning ostentation, and on your family's old monument hang mournful epitaphs, and do all rites that appertain unto a burial.
What shall become of this? What will this do?
Marry, this well carried shall on her behalf change slander to remorse. She dying, as it must be so maintained, upon the instant that she was accused, shall be lamented, pitied, and excused of every hearer, for it so falls out that what we have we prize not to the worth whilst we enjoy it, but being lacked and lost, why, then we find the virtue that possession would not show us whilst it was ours. So will it fare with Claudio? When he shall hear she died upon his words, the idea of her life shall sweetly creep into his study of imagination, moving delicate, full of life. Then when she lived a deed, then shall he mourn, and wish he had not so accused her. No, though he thought his accusations true. Let this be so, and doubt not but success will fashion the event in better shape than I can lay it down in likelihood. But if all aim but this be levelled false, the supposition of the lady's death will quench the wonder of her infamy. And if it sort not well, you may conceal her, as best befits her wounded reputation in some reclusive and religious life, out of all eyes, tongues, minds, and injuries.
Signor Leonato, let the friar advise you. And though you know my inwardness and love is very much unto the prince and Claudio, yet by my honor I will deal in this as secretly and justly as your soul should with your body.
Being that I flow in grief, the smallest twine may lead me.
'Tis well consented. Presently away, for 'tis strange sores strangely they strain the cure. Come, lady, die to live. This wedding day perhaps is but prolonged. Have patience and endure.
Hero deserves better.
Lady Beatrice? Have you wept all this while?
Yeah. Weep a while longer.
I will not desire that.
You have no reason, I do it freely.
Surely I do believe your fair cousin is wronged.
How much might the man deserve of me that would right her?
Is there any way to show such friendship?
A very even way, but no such friend.
May a man do it?
It's a man's office, but not yours.
Nothing in the world so well as you. Oh. Is not that strange?
As strange as a thing I know not. And where it's possible for me to say I love nothing so well as you, but believe me not. And yet I lie not. I confess nothing, nor I deny nothing. But I am sorry for my cousin.
By my sword, Beatrice. Thou lovest me.
Do not swear and eat it.
I will swear by it that you love me, and I will make him eat it that says I love not you.
Will you not eat your word?
With no sauce that can be devised to it. I protest I love thee.
Why then, God forgive me.
What offense, sweet Beatrice?
You have stayed me in a happy hour. I was about to protest that I love you.
And do it! With all my heart!
I love you with so much of my heart that none is left to protest.
Come. Bid me do anything for thee.
Kill Claudio.
Not for the wide world.
You kill me to deny it. Farewell.
Well, tarry, sweet Beatrice.
I am gone, though I am here. There is no love in you. Why you let me go?
Beatrice.
In faith, I will go.
We'll be friends. First.
You dare easier be friends with me than fight with mine enemy.
Is Claudio thine enemy?
Is he not approved in the height of villain? That hath slandered, scorned, dishonored my kinswoman. Oh, that I were a man. What? Bear her in hand until they come to take hands, and then with public accusation, uncovered slander, unmitigated rancor. God, that I were a man! I would eat his heart in the marketplace!
Hear me, Beatrice!
Talk with a man out a window, a proper saying!
Nay, but Beatrice!
Hero, she is wronged! She is slandered! She is undone!
Beatrice!
Princes and counties! Surely a princely testimony, a goodly count confect, a sweet gallant, surely! Oh, that I were a man for his sake! Or that I had a friend that would be a man for my sake! But manhood is melted into courtesies, valor into compliment, and men are only turned into tongue, and trim ones too. He is now as valiant as Hercules that only tells a lie and swears it. I cannot be a man with wishing, therefore I will die a woman with grieving.
Tarry, good Beatrice. By this hand, I love thee.
Use it from my love by some other way than swearing by it.
You in your soul. The Count Claudio hath wronged Hero.
Yea! As sure as I have a thought or a soul.
Enough. I am engaged. I will challenge him. I will kiss your hand and so leave you. By this hand, Claudio shall render me a dear account. As you hear of me, so think of me. Go comfort your cousin. I must say she is dead. And so farewell.
Act 4, Scene 2. An interrogation room in the prison. The lights are dim, except for the two bright ones that face the two metal chairs lying in wait on one side of the table. For reasons unknown, there is an employee of the month wall in this room, which Dogberry has assigned as himself for the last 2 years. Enter Dogberry, Burgess, and Sexton in gowns, with Conrade and Borachio.
So our whole assembly appeared.
Oh, a stool and a cushion for the sexton.
Which be the malefactors?
That am I, and my partner.
Nay, that's certain. We have the exhibition to examine.
But which are the offenders that are to be examined? Let them come before Master Constable.
Ari, let him come before me. What is your name, friend?
Borachio?
Great. Write down Borachio. Yours, Syrah?
A gentleman, thank you very much. My name is Conrad.
Oh, write down Master Gentleman Conrad. You serve God.
We hope.
Write down. They hope they serve God. All right, hey, write God first. For God defend, but God should go before such villains. Masters, it is proved already that you are little better than false knaves, and it will go near to be thought so shortly. How answer you for yourselves?
Sir, we say we are not.
Yeah. A marvelous witty fellow, I assure you. But I will go about with him. Come you hither, Syrah. Word in your ear. Sir, I say to you, it is thought you are false knaves.
I say to you, we are none.
Well, stand aside.
Motherfucker.
God, they're both in a tale. Have you writ down that they're none?
Master Constable, you go not the way to examine.
Let the watch come forth, master. I charge you in the prince's name, accuse these men.
This man said, sir, that Don John, the prince's brother, was a villain.
Hot
Prince
villain.
John a villain? What?
Hot villain. He's a hot villain. Like the devil.
Hey!
I'm not talking to you.
This is flat perjury to call Prince's brother villain.
Master Constable.
Brady!
My hangover,
Peace.
please, I beg you.
Do not lack thy look, I promise thee.
What heard you him say else?
Mary, that he had received 1,000 ducats of Don John for accusing the lady hero wrongfully.
As ever was committed.
Yeah, big one.
What else, fellow?
And that the Count Claudio did mean, upon his words, to disgrace Hero before the whole assembly, a little bitch boy, and to not marry her. Somebody said.
Polin, thou wilt be condemned into everlasting redemption for this.
What else?
I guess that's all.
And this is more masters than you can deny. Prince John is this morning secretly stolen away. Hero was in this manner accused, in this very manner refused, and upon the grief of this suddenly died. Master Constable, let these men be bound and brought to Leonato's. I will go before and show him their examination.
Be opinioned!
Let them be in the hands.
Off, coxcomb.
God, my life! Where's the sexton? Let him rat down the prince's officer, coxcomb. Come, bind them, thou naughty varlet.
Way, you're an ass. I don't know what you're doing, but you're being an ass.
No.
I mean, I'm kind of into this, so that's fine.
Dost thou not suspect my place? Thou not suspect my years? Oh! He were here to write me down an ass. Well, but masters, remember that I am an ass. So be not written down. Yet forget not, I am an ass. No. Thou villain, thou art full of piety, as shall be proved upon thee by good witness. You! I'm a wise fellow! And which is more, an officer. Which is more, a householder. Which is more, pretty a piece of flesh as any is in Messina. One that knows the law. Go to. And a rich fellow enough. Go to. And a fellow that hath had losses. And one that hath 2 gowns. And everything handsome about him. Bring him away. Woo! That I'd been writ down an ass.
Take a swig for those costumes, and also because Dogberry is an ass.
Act 5, Scene 1. Before Leonato's house, which has no more bright and inviting lights like it did before. Everything is dimmed and quiet for Leonato's mourning of Hero. Enter Leonato and Antonia.
Oh, if you go on thus, you will kill yourself. And 'tis not wisdom thus to second grief against yourself.
Oh, give me not counsel, nor let no comforter delight mine ear, but such a one whose wrongs do suit with mine. Bring me a father that so loved his child, whose joy of her is overwhelmed like mine, and bid him speak of patience. Bring him yet to me, and I will of him gather patience. But there is no such man. For, sister, men can counsel and speak comfort to that grief which they themselves not feel, but tasting it, their counsel turns to passion. Therefore, give me no counsel. My griefs cry louder than advertisement.
Therein do men from children nothing differ.
I pray thee, peace. I will be flesh and blood, for there was never yet philosopher that could endure the toothache patiently. However, they have writ the style of the gods and have made a push at chance and sufferance.
Yet, then, not all the harm upon yourself, Make those that do offend you suffer too.
O speakest reason. Nay, I will do so. My soul doth tell me Hero is belied, and that shall Claudio know, and so shall the prince, and all of them that thus dishonor her.
Here come the prince and Claudio hastily.
Good den, gentlemen, good den.
Good day to both of you.
Hear you, my lords?
We do have some haste, Leonato, if you'll...
Some haste, my lord. Well, fare you well, my lord. Are you so hasty now? Well, all is one.
I do not quarrel with us, good old man.
If he could right himself with quarreling, some of us would lie low.
Who wrongs him?
Harry, thou dost wrong me, thou dissembler, thou. Nay, never lay thy hand upon thy sword, I fear thee not.
Mary, beshrew my hand if it should give your age such cause of fear. In faith, my hand meant nothing to my sword.
Oh, never fleer and jest at me. No, Claudio, to thy head thou hast wronged mine innocent child, and me, that I am forced to lay my reverence by, and challenge thee to trial of a man. I say thou hast belied my innocent child. Thy slander hath gone through and through her heart. She lies dead, buried with her ancestors, oh, in a tomb where scandal never slept, save this of hers, framed by villainy.
My villainy?
Thine, Claudio, thine, I say.
Oh, you say not right, old man.
My lord, I'll prove it on his body, if he dare.
Away, I will not have to do with you.
Canst thou so daff me? Thou hast killed my child. If thou killst me, boy, thou shalt kill a man.
He shall kill two of us. And men indeed, but that's no matter. Let him kill one first. Win me and wear me. Let him answer me. Come, follow me, boy. Come, sir boy, follow me. Sir boy, I'll whip you from your foining fence. Nay, as a gentlewoman, I will.
Sister?
Content yourself. God knows I love my niece, and she is dead. Slandered to death by villains that dare as well answer a man indeed, as I dare take a serpent by the tongue.
Antonia.
Come. 'Tis no matter. Do not you meddle. Let me deal in this.
Gentles both, we will not wait your patience. My heart is sorry for your daughter's death, but on my honor she was charged with nothing but was true and very full of proof. I don't know what to tell you.
My lord!
I will not hear you.
No. Come, sister, away, I will not be heard.
And shall, or some of us will smart for it.
Aye, sir, boy.
Can you believe those guys?
Right?
Yeah, see, here comes the men we want to seek.
Now, senor, what news?
I was muted. Good day, my lord.
Yeah, welcome, senor. You almost come to part fray.
We had like to have had our two noses snapped off with two old fools without teeth.
Yes, quite indeed. Leonato and his sister, what thinkest thou? Had we fought, I doubt we should have been too young for them.
In a false quarrel, there is no true valor. I came to seek you both.
We have been up and down to seek thee, for we are high-proof melancholy, and would fain to have it beaten away. Wilt thou use thy wit?
It is in my scabbard. Shall I draw it?
Dost not wear thy wit by thy side?
Never any did so, though very many have been beside their wit. I will bid thee draw, as we do the minstrels. Draw, pleasure us.
As I am an honest man, he looks pale. Art thou sick, or angry, or butthurt?
Courage, man! What though care kill the cat, thou hast mettle enough in need to kill care.
Sir, I shall meet your wit in the career, and you charge it against me. I pray you choose another subject.
Nay then, give him another staff. This last was broke cross.
By this light he changes more and more. I think he be butthurt indeed.
If he be butthurt, he knows how to turn his girdle.
Shall I speak a word in your ear?
God bless me from a challenge.
Claudio, you are a villain. I jest not. I will make it good. How thou dare, with what thou dare, and when thou dare. Do me right, or I will protest your cowardice. You have killed a sweet lady, and her death shall hang heavy on you. Let me hear from you.
I will meet you, so I may have good cheer.
What? Cheer? A feast? A feast?
Sir, ambles well. It goes easily.
Yes. Whatever. Oh, Benedict, I'll tell thee how Beatrice praised thy wit the other day. I said thou hast a fine wit. True, said she, a fine little one. But no, said I. A great wit. Right, said she, a great gross one. No, said I. Good wit, just, said she, it hurts nobody. Thus did she and hour together transshape thy particular virtues, yet at the last she concluded with a sigh that thou wast the properest man in Italy.
The which she wept heartily and said she cared not.
Yeah, that she did. But yet, for all that, and if she did not hate him deadly, she would love him dearly, the old man's daughters told us all.
All, and moreover, God saw him when he was in the garden.
Yes, but when shall we set the savage bull's horns on the sensible Benedick's head?
Yea, and the text underneath, here dwells Benedick, the married man.
Farewell, boy. You know my mind. I will leave you now to your gossip-like humor. You break jests as braggarts do their blades, which God be thanked hurt not. My lord, for your many courtesies, I thank you. But I must now discontinue your company. Your brother, the bastard, is fled from Messina. You have among you killed a sweet and innocent lady. And for my lord Pissboy Lackbeard there, he and I shall meet. Until then, peace be with him.
My God. He's in earnest.
In most profound earnest. And I'll warrant you for the love of Beatrice.
And hath challenged thee.
Most sincerely.
Huh. Soft you, let me be. Pluck out my heart and be sad. Shifting gears, did he not say my brother was fled?
He did say that, yeah.
Huh.
Enter Dogberry and Burgess with Conrade and Borachio.
Oh, how now? Two of my brother's men's bound. Borachio one.
After their offense, my lord.
Oh, yeah, right. Officers, what offense have these men done?
Marry, sir, they've committed false report. Moreover, they've spoken untruths. Secondarily, they're slanders. Sixth and lastly, they've belied a lady. And thirdly, they've verified unjust things. And to conclude, they're lying knaves.
The math makes sense to me.
Yeah.
What? Okay.
Did he stutter?
Well, no, but okay. First, I asked thee what they have done. Thirdly, I asked thee what's their offense. Sixth, and lastly, why are they committed? And to conclude, what you lay to their charge. I think I got that right.
They reasoned, and in his own division. And by my troth, there's one meeting well suited.
Who have you offended, masters, that you are thus bound to your answer? This learned constable is too cunning to be understood, I suppose. What's your offense?
Sweet prince. Wait, you go no further to mine answer. Do you hear me? And let this count kill me? Yeah, I can't get out of this, can I? Fuck. Okay. I have deceived even your very eyes what your wisdom could not discover. These shallow fools have brought to light who in the night overheard me confessing to this man how Don John, your brother, he incensed me. Not my fault. He incensed me to slander the lady hero. How you were brought into the orchard and saw me court Margaret in hero's garments. Once again, not my fault. She made that choice. She wore the dress. Not my fault. How you disgraced her when you should marry her. My villainy they have upon record, which I had rather seal with my death. Wink, wink. I physically can't wink, but like, could, seal it with my death. Sad. Then repeat over to my shame. The lady is dead. Upon mine and my master's false accusations, and briefly, I desire nothing more but the reward of a villain.
Runs not this speech like iron through your blood?
I have drunk poison whilst he uttered it.
But did my brother set thee onto this?
Yes, and paid me richly for the practice of it. I think I still don't entirely understand how much money he gave me. Oh my god, he got so mad I killed him. No, not again.
Where did the prince go?
Oh, I keep killing people. Oh.
AJ.
You killed my fiance and now my best friend?
How that I say it is not my fault. There have been a multitude of offenses occurring here upon this day, and the day before that, and the day before that. Honestly, a lot of days. I made
I don't
one.
want to hear it from you.
Well, Conrade!
Shut up! You don't even know how to count. I mean,
You
granted,
have-
neither really do I, but it's in my title, so, whatever. Just, I need to process some things.
Wait.
I didn't actually do anything. I just was there.
Shut the fuck up, Conrade! Aren't you supposed to be my comrade? Conrade? God damn it! It was all Conrade's idea. I am innocent.
No.
Come up with this. And that's coming from me.
I feel like the world is out to get me. Also,
This was supposed to be my hot girl summer, and you ruined it. I hope you know that.
Oop. My bad.
Thou hast given your fiancé Winterglow? Has that not previously occurred? So evidently you already don't know the seasons. So
listen,
it was on clearance. It was on clearance. It is the summer. He got me when I'm dead, but just
Hey, the prince ain't coming back. Come! Bring away the plaintiffs. By this time, our sexton hath reformed Signor Leonato of the matter. And masters, Do not forget to specify when time and place shall serve that I am an ass.
Yes, we get it. Okay. There are bigger things happening.
Here comes Master Girl Boss, Hunty, Bestie Signor Leonato, and the Sexton too.
I'm not even sure where this counts, but just take a sip or something at least.
I feel like we need to be drinking.
There's not enough drinking happening right now.
There's not enough.
Don't forget to hydrate.
Hot girl summer. Which is the villain?
If you would know your wronger, look on Conrade me.
Art thou the knave that with thy breath hast killed mine innocent child?
Yea, even I alone. Please, Conrade!
No, not so, villain, thou beliest thyself. Here stand a pair of honorable men. A third is fled that had a hand in it. I thank you, princes, for my daughter's death. 'Twas bravely done, if you bethink you of it.
No, not how to pray your patience, yet I must speak. Choose your revenge yourself. Impose me to what penance your invention can lay upon my sin. Yet sinned I not, but in mistaking. And I'm sure if Don Pedro was here, he'd say the same thing.
He would probably just reiterate.
By my soul nor I, and yet to satisfy this good old man, I would bend under any heavy weight that he'll enjoin me to.
I cannot bid my daughter live. That were impossible, but I pray you both possess the people in Messina here how innocent she died. Tomorrow morning, come you to my house, and since you could not be my son-in-law, be yet my nephew. My sister hath a daughter, almost a copy of the child that's dead, and she alone is heir to both of us. Give her the right you should have given her cousin, and so dies my revenge.
Noble sir, your overkindness doth bring tears from me. I do embrace your offer and dispose for henceforth of poor Claudio.
Tomorrow, then, I will expect your coming. Tonight, I take my leave. This naughty man shall face to face be brought with Margaret, who I believe was packed in all this wrong, hired to it by your brother.
No, but my soul, she was not. I'll say that. But hath always been just and virtuous in anything that I do know by her. That is literally the biggest lie. The biggest lie I have told today.
Hey, my line. Moreover, sir, not, which indeed is not under white and black, this plaintiff, this plaintiff here, the offender, did call me ass. I beseech you, let it be remembered in his punishment.
Okay, I thank thee for thy care and honest pains. Go, I discharge thee of thy prisoner.
Leave an errant knave with your worship. God restore you to health.
Okay, until tomorrow morning, lords, farewell.
Farewell, my lords. We look for you tomorrow.
We will not fail.
Hero.
Bring you these fellows on. We'll talk with Margaret how her acquaintance grew with this lewd fellow.
Thought we got out of it.
Scene 2. Leonato's garden, unusually quiet and still. Enter Benedick and Margaret, meeting. The only spots of color and life in the garden.
I keep muting myself, and no one else can hear me go "fuck me" every time I find out that I'm muted, except for my partner in the other room. So Just know that I'm saying it every time. Pray thee, sweet Mistress Margaret, deserve well at my hands by helping me to the speech of Beatrice.
Will you then write me a sonnet in praise of my beauty?
In so high a style, Margaret, that no man living shall come over it, for in most comely truth, thou deservest it.
To have no man come over me? Shall I always keep below stairs?
Thy wit is as quick as the greyhound's mouth, it catches.
And yours as blunt as the fencer's foils, which hit but hurt not.
A most manly wit, Margaret, it will not hurt a woman. And so I pray thee, call Beatrice. I give thee the bucklers.
Give us the swords. We have bucklers of our own.
If you use them, Margaret, you must put the pikes with a vice, for they are dangerous weapons for maids.
Well, I will call Beatrice to you, who I think hath legs.
Oh, and therefore will come. All right, y'all. This is what I have so far for the song. It's my first bit, so just be gentle. The God of love. I also don't know how to sing. That sits above. Yeah. Knows me. That knows me. How pitiful. No. That's not gonna work. I mean, I'm pitiful in singing, but in loving. Mary, I cannot show it in rhyme. I've tried. I can find no rhyme to lady, but baby, it's an innocent rhyme. For scorn, horn, which is a hard rhyme. For school, fool, a babbling rhyme of very ominous endings. Now, I was not born under a rhyming planet, nor I cannot woo in festival terms.
Enter
Take a sip.
Beatrice.
Take a sip for how unbelievably hot that was.
I'm not drinking for that. I'm sorry, Rev.
Well, take 2 sips for that.
Here we go. Sweet Beatrice! Wouldst thou come when I called thee?
Yea, senor, and depart when you bid me.
But stay till then.
Then is spoken. Fare you well now. And yet, ere I go, let me go with that I came, which is with knowing what hath passed between you and Claudio.
Only foul words. And thereupon, I will kiss thee.
Foul words is but foul wind, and foul wind is but foul breath, and foul breath is noisome. Therefore, I will depart unkissed.
Thou hast frighted the word out of his right sense, so forcible is thy wit. But I must tell thee plainly, Claudio undergoes my challenge, and either I must shortly hear from him, or I will subscribe him a coward. And I pray thee now tell me, for which of my bad parts didst thou first fall in love with me? Huh?
For them all together, which maintained so politic a state of evil that they will not admit any good part to intermingle with them. But for which of my good parts did thou first suffer love for me?
Suffer love, a good epithet. I do suffer love indeed, for I love thee against my will.
In spite of your heart, I think. Oh, alas, poor heart, if you spite it for my sake, I will spite it for yours, for I will never love that which my friend hates.
Thou and I are too wise to woo peaceably.
It appears not in this confession. There's not one wise man among 20 that will praise himself.
An old instance, Beatrice, that lived in the lime of good neighbors. If a man do not erect in this age his own tomb ere he dies, he shall live no longer in monument than the bell rings and the widow weeps. And now tell me, how doth your cousin?
Very ill.
And how do you?
Very ill too.
Serve God, love me, and mend. There I will leave you, for here comes one in haste.
Madam, and you to Benedick, I guess. You must come to your uncle. Yonder's old coil at home. It is proved my lady hero hath been falsely accused. The prince and Claudio, the puss boy, mightily abused. And Don John, of it all, and he has fled and gone. Will you come presently?
Ben, will you go hear this news, senor?
I will live in thy heart, die in thy lap, not in the dirty way, but also in the dirty way. Sorry, Kevin Fox. And be buried in thy eyes. And moreover, yeah, I will go with thee to thy uncle's. Let's go.
Act 5, Scene 3. The church, stripped of decorations except for rows of tall candles that cast soft shadows on the wall. Enter Don Pedro and Claudio with tapers.
Done to death by slanderous tongues was the hero that here lies. So the life that died with shame lives in death with glorious fame. Now unto thy bones, good night. Yearly will I do this right.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah,
Sorry, you were just talking about his old day. I thought it was going to be like a whole thing. I mean, it was good. No, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, I would have written longer, but it's fine. It's fine. Come, dear boy, let us hence and put on all the weeds and mentally not as we will go.
Act 5, Scene 4. A room in Leonato's house, which is decorated for a funeral rather than a wedding. Enter Leonato, Antonia, Benedick, Beatrice, Margaret, Ursula, Balthasar, Friar Francis, and Hero.
Did I not tell you she was innocent?
Well, I am glad that all things sort so well.
I get it. I was wrong. All right. Well, daughter, you gentlewomen all withdraw into a chamber by yourselves, and when I send for you, come hither masked. The prince and Claudio promised by this hour to visit me. You know your office, sister. You must be mother to your brother's daughter and give her to young Claudio.
Which I will do with confirmed countenance.
Friar, Kevin, I must entreat your pains, I think.
Do what, senor?
To bind me, or undo me, one of them. Signor Leonato, truth it is, good signor, your niece regards me with an eye of favor.
My daughter lent her, 'tis most true.
And I do, with an eye of love, requite her.
The sight whereof I think you had from me, from Claudio and the prince, but what is your will?
Your answer, sir, is enigmatical. But for my will is your goodwill. It may stand with ours. This day to be conjoined in the state of honorable marriage, in which, good Kevin, I shall desire your help.
My heart is with your liking.
And my help. Here comes the prince and Claudio.
Oh, fuck.
Good morrow to this fair assembly.
A good morrow, Prince. Good morrow, Claudio. We here attend you. Are you yet determined today to marry with my sister's daughter?
I'll hold my mind.
Call her forth, sister. Here's the friar nearby.
Good morrow, Benedict. Still trying to kill Claudio, or? Okay, cool.
We'll see where it takes us.
Hey,
Right.
Pedro. Hey, King.
Hey, what's up, Balthasar?
Take a sip for that.
I'll see you after this. I'm assuming we'll.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Did you replace me with another boy toy while I was gone?
Take another
dude.
sip, please.
Are you hurt? Oh,
Honestly,
are you hurt?
that's on you
Are you
for assuming
butthurt?
you were my only boy toy. I don't know why you thought that.
Oh, Benedick, there's room. There's room, baby. I'll see
Yeah.
you too.
I'm about
much of
to
me to go
propose.
there.
Listen, y'all, I'm about to propose to someone after this funeral/wedding thing is over, but I will hit you up later, Balthasar.
Hell yeah.
Whose
Hell
line
yeah.
is it?
Benedict, what's the matter that you have such a February face, so full of frost, of storm and cloudiness, and dare I say a butthurtitude?
I know you had another boy toy, but it's fine.
You'll survive. You'll make it. I promise.
You've
I
got to get
promise.
over it, dude. You've got to get over it.
Think. He thinks upon the savage bull. Fear not, man. We'll tip thy horns with gold. Here comes other reckonings.
Re-enter Antonia with the lady's mask.
Which is the lady?
The same is she. And do we really have to give her to him? Do I have to do that?
This is
Are you sure?
the thing. Yes.
Fine. All right. Just here, take her, you fucking twink.
Sorry.
Hey, then she's mine. Wait, let me see your face.
Why? That you shall not, before this holy, till you take her hand before this friar and swear to marry her.
Okay, God. Give me your hand before this holy friar. I am your husband. If you like of me.
When I lived, I was your other wife. When you loved, you were my other husband.
Another hero?
Stupid.
Oh my god,
Nothing
this fucking idiot.
certainer.
Fucking stupid.
No, I know, but yet I am here. Yeah, nothing certainer. One hero died defiled, but I do live, and surely as I live, I am a maid.
Well, slap my tit! It's Hero! The former hero that is dead! What's up, girl?
She died, my lord, but whilst her slander lived, we did a bit? This is like a bit. It's like an extended bit.
All this amazement can I qualify. When after the holy rites are ended, I'll tell you largely of fair hero's death. Meantime, let wonders seem familiar, and to the chapel let us presently.
Kevin, which is Beatrice?
Babe, are you fucking kidding me? I answer to that name. It's not like a crazy veil. What the fuck do you want?
Oh, it's the tall one. Sick. Do not you love me?
No. No more than reason.
Huh. Well, then your uncle and the prince and Claudio have been deceived because they swore you did.
Do not you love me?
No. No more than reason. I wasn't gonna propose to you with this ring pop that I sat on. Don't talk about it. It's fine.
Why then, my cousin and Margaret and Ursula are much deceived, for they did swear you did.
They swore that you were almost sick for me.
They swore that you were well nigh dead for me.
'Tis no such matter. Then you do not love me?
No. Truly, but in friendly recompense.
Cousin, I am very sure that you love the gentleman.
And I'll be sworn upon that he loves her. For here's a paper written in his hand.
If you text me right now, hey, text that to me right now. Text that to me right now.
Claudio,
send that to me.
Claudio, hey.
You have my number, right? Oh my god, send it.
Already.
We're in a church. Stop yelling. We're in a church.
Put it in the group chat. I want to critique it.
Babe, this is embarrassing.
And here's another written my cousin's hand, stolen from her pocket, containing her affection unto Benedick.
It's actually all lies. I just write that. It's all lies.
Can you send it to me?
No, that's lies. Lies.
Can you send it? Like, we need to like workshop it. As a
It
group.
just sent. It was just sent.
Ooh, babe, wordplay?
This is embarrassing for you. You can't rhyme for shit.
Benedick makes me Benna sick with love.
No!
That's bad!
You rhymed lady with baby!
Oh!
Benedick, yours trails off mid-sentence at the end. I don't want to hear shit.
Thank you, Balthasar, exactly!
Yeah, but it's sexy when I do it, though. Here is our own hands against our hearts. A miracle. Come, let me just make sure there's no more fuzz on the ring. I will have thee. But by this light, I take thee for pity.
Deny you. But by this good day, I yield upon a great persuasion, and partly to save your life, for I was told you were in a consumption.
Peace! I will stop your mouth.
Oh.
Shots. Headphones. Oh, thanks, babe.
Good God.
Come on, you're not even married yet. Just wait a minute.
Never, ever doing that again. Jesus Christ, I'm going to take the longest nap when I get back to Aragon.
Oh, wait till your vows are done. Wait.
Time, y'all.
Did Don Pedro say his line? I missed it. Oh, sick.
Yep.
We can
Sorry,
keep making
I
out
was-
then.
I was drinking to get through this nonsense. Benedict.
Oh god!
Benedict.
Oh god! Oh
Benedict.
god!
All right,
Benedict.
this is really gay,
Yes.
and this is a Christian household. I'm just gonna
Not in our Christian church.
let Don
We are in a
Pedro
church. Let's keep
do
it
his.
PG.
Wrap it
We
up.
can
Wrap
also
it up.
take a sip for Kevin Fox here.
The friar
Kevin
gives
Fox!
permission.
Kevin Fox!
Friar gives. Thanks, Dad.
Thanks, Mr. Fox, sir.
Thanks, Dad.
How dost thou, Benedict, the evidently married man?
Tell you what, Prince.
That's supposed to go on my finger.
Oh, fuck.
Give me the ring.
I
pop,
already
you dummy.
licked it. Is that okay?
Why did you do that? It's supposed to be for me.
Because it tastes good. A college of wit crackers cannot flout me out of my humor. Does that think I care for a satire or an epigram? No. If a man will be beaten with brains, he shall wear nothing handsome about him. In brief, since I do purpose to marry, I will think nothing to any purpose that the world can say against it. And therefore never flout at me for what I've said against it, for man is a giddy thing. And this is my conclusion. For thy part, Claudio, I did think to have beaten thee, but in that thou art like to be my kinsman, live unbruised, and love my cousin.
Or else I will
For
literally
now.
eat your heart
For
out
now.
of your ribs.
You are
I'll kill
fucking
you.
thin ice, you
buddy.
fucking ice.
Jesus.
Denied, Beatrice, that I might have cudgeled thee out of thy single life to make thee a double dealer, which out of question thou wilt be, if my cousin do not look exceedingly narrowly to thee.
Come, we are friends, but on thin fucking ice. Friends. You know, let's have a dance ere we are married, that we might lighten our own hearts and our wives' heels.
We'll have dancing afterward. I just feel like
No,
we
first
need
of
to do this
all,
right now.
first, of my word. Therefore, Balthasar, yeah, you're here, cool. Play music. Hey, you Prince.
Me. You are the one that pays me.
I'm not, but you're here.
But
and
you're so
you look
talented,
really good,
Belle.
so you should do it.
Bryce.
Prince? Thou art sad. Oh. Get thee a wife.
Husband.
Yeah.
Nah.
Get
I'm
thee
good. I'm
a
good with the
husband.
boy toys, honestly. Like, I've got a good
There
me
is
and
no
Balthasar.
staff.
Hey,
More
Prince, I was
reverend.
your brother.
I'm
I'll
not.
take you.
There is
Back
no
the fuck
staff
up off my
more
man.
reverend than one tip with horns.
I'll send you Balth's number.
Balthasar!
Oh, we've got
Just
up,
talk
Piper!
already.
Hell yeah.
Woo!
We did it, everyone!
Hell yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Thanks for
Joining this
watching.
crazy
Thank
reading
you
that
all.
we just
Before
did.
we go, I just want to give a huge shout out to TX Watson, who was our stage
Yeah!
manager tonight. Who did an absolutely incredible job.
Hi
Could
everybody.
not have
If
done
I
this
haven't
without
done this
them.
wrong, you should be able to hear me now.
Yeah!
I've been talking this whole
Guys,
time.
we've
I
been
don't
able
think
to
Cat's
hear.
good.
Yeah,
Wait,
we've
yeah,
been able to
guys,
hear
why are you
TX this
cheering?
entire time.
Yeah.
We've been able to hear TX this entire time. This is for the audience. We need the audience to hear TX now.
Also,
Audience, can you hear TX?
Doesn't
It's
fucking
TX.
matter.
The audience can't talk, my friend. Also,
mean,
they
I have
haven't
chat.
In the chat.
Really? Listen to my wife, you heathens!
K out, you're drunk. I need you to log off.
I
Hold
literally
on.
have chat open in 2 separate
Damn.
windows right now.
Listen.
Okay.
Listen.
They
Listen.
can hear TX.
Okay,
Officially,
Thank
I'm
you.
still.
listen. Thank you to my father for playing Friar Francis, and also everybody say happy 26th birthday, Ari!
Happy birthday, Ari!
Should we sing? Yes.
Yeah,
I'm not
okay.
singing.
Thank you.
No.
Happy birthday.
No, we can't sync it up.
Happy
can't sync it up.
That was horrible.
It was beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about. It was gorgeous. It was lovely. It was a dissonant harmony. It was a dissonant harmony that we added for flavor and texture. Thank you.
Listen, clearly, if you don't like that, you just
Shout
haven't
out
studied
SMU.
music theory
Shout out
enough.
SMU.
Officially, I'm still the rep, so I feel like we should take one more for Kevin Fox.
Kevin
Fox!
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you
I
all for
enjoyed it.
watching. Thank you for being here.
Max,
We're so lucky
The
to have
real
you.
star! Hi, honey. I'm so sorry I torture you.
Alright, y'all. Ending the stream in 5, 4,
Night!
3,
Good night!
2.
Thank you for coming!